Check my mic. 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 What's going on, good people? It is Friday. It's Friday. And if you didn't have a good day, didn't have a good week, man, I feel for you. I feel for you because I did. I found a way to enjoy this thing we call life. Woo. All right. Can we get the ladies up in here?
Hi, guys.
What's up, China?
Hey.
Where is Keisha? Hey, Keisha. Come on in when you're ready. How you feeling, China? Everything good? Everything good?
Yeah, it's good now. Good now.
Yeah, Keisha, I was calling you out.
Like I said, I had my little struggles last time.
Y'all doing all right?
Yeah.
Man, what's going on? Keisha got a new microphone every time we get in here. China got a new hairdo. Look at that. Keisha done changed her hair color. Y'all just trying to listen to a fashion show in here. I like it. Let's do what it does. Let me call out the family that has waited so patiently for this Friday night episode. And yes, it's going to be the bomb. Yes, it will be. My man Stan, first one in the house. What's up, big dog? Jennifer. How you doing, Jennifer? Beth Mikey. Laura White. Is that you, Laura? How you feel? Do you feel all right? Facts 100 came through in the building. Kimberly Ortiz. That's my main man. Will. Y'all see I had a little bit of a muscle right there. Yeah. My main man, Will. That's what we do, Will. That's what we do. What's going on, Kimberly? Edith. What's going on, Edith? Melissa Smith. Yeah. In DC, we say Smith. With the, I know it's a TH, but we say it with the F. Okay, if your name ends in TH or starts with TH, we say F. All right, that's what we do. That's what it is. That's your new name. Hey, Yola. There she go. What's up, Tia's Kitchen? What's up, Teron? That's how we do it. That's how we say it in DC. Teron. Hey, Teron. What's happening? Yeah, that's what we do. Liberty, Stingray. What's up, Marlon? What's happening? What's up, Shawnee? Beth Mikey, Facts 100. Britt Brat came through. Josie Furry. Pony up. What's up, champ? Yes, indeed. Come on in, everybody. Holly White. Healing Daily. Liberty. Josie Ferry. My main man, Fred Goodman. Came with the whole crew. Kimberly Ortiz. What's up, Sheila? What's going on, country girl with grit? That's Kanita right there with the pink hands. Look, we matching, Kanita. Yes, indeed. I think, man, China matching in here tonight. Is that fuchsia? Yes, it is. What's up, Danita Joe? You came in with the burgundy. That's burgundy. Don't start nothing won't be none.
Magenta, burgundy, pink. I'll be all out.
Right.
What's up, Tia's Kitchen? Fauzia. That's what we call it. Fauzia. I'm repronouncing your name. Joy Tracy. What's up, Valerie? Man, I tried to get everybody, y'all. I tried to. Y'all see my DJ skills on 10,000 right now. Alexia. What's up, Alexia? Latu Haruna. What's up, Rockwell? Green Cream in the house. Marcella. What's up, Melissa? Kimberly K. What's up, Valerie? Kimberly Ortiz, librarian. There go Karen, bringing it through. Yeah, we see you. What's up, Melissa Smith? Did I leave anybody out? Did I get everybody? I almost got everybody. Beyond Blessing here. Luis. What was that? Yeah, that's Lewis. Okay. What's up, Sheila? How you feeling? Christina came through. You ain't getting in here without saying nothing, Christina. Yeah. I'm gonna shout out, because we got love in the building and sponsorship. My girl, hey, YOLO. Hey, Yola Scott. Yes, indeed. Thank you for sponsoring tonight. I appreciate you. You too, Connie. Connie Barnes is a good friend of mine, y'all. She's just good people. Good gracious. Yes, indeed. So on this Friday evening, do you call it evening after 6 o'clock? I think it's night at that point, right? It's Friday night up in here. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Beyond Blessed said, I look good in my fuchsia. It's fuchsia. They call it fuchsia. What did Jay-Z say that time? That's mauve. Call it, please. Can you call it mauve, please?
Oh my God.
Oh boy, we get tripped out over the crazy.
Crayon pack with 6 colors. That's about it. We can mix them.
There you go. Call it what it is. What it T-I-L. What it T-I-L on this Friday evening. It's mauve. There you go. Karen said it's mauve. Woo, ladies, how y'all doing this evening? This night, Friday night. How y'all feeling on this Friday night? Everything all right?
Yeah, feeling good.
I'm good. I'm better now. Like I said, I had my struggles last time. I was dealing with my blood pressure at stroke levels.
Wow.
So, yeah. So had to work on getting that down, change my eating habits and everything. So yeah.
That's the key. That's key right there. You got to listen. You got to do something that's very difficult in a short amount of time. But I guarantee you, if you just fast, you fast for 5 days. You fast for 5. I know that ain't the easiest thing to do. Just water and fruit juice. I guarantee you, your blood pressure. You be like, whoa, whose blood pressure is that? But like I said, I know that 5 days ain't no joke though. But it's kind of like it's a little easier when you're thinking like, hey, do I want to be living? Or do I gotta have this cheeseburger over here?
Right.
That's how addictive that food is out here, y'all. That's how addictive food is out here.
Yeah.
But hey, we're gonna get through it. We are going to get through it.
Thanks, guys.
And tonight, we're going to start this conversation. You know what? We already know that you cannot fix a narcissist. I wanted to show a video tonight, and I think I will. How about that? How about me showing a video presentation up in here this evening?
I gotta go.
Get something started. We're gonna start starting stuff with videos up in here on Friday night. Yeah, then we're gonna attack the video. How about that? Because I'm saying I was watching this. I saw something come down my timeline the other day, and it was a video. That girl, y'all probably saw it. The girl, the track star. Hold on, let me get it started here. It's a track star. He's oh my, come on, man. Can you stop, please, bro? Okay, there we go. So it's this a track star, and she is determined, that y'all saw it. That's you, China.
Turning my iPad on. I'm sorry.
We got all types of interruptions up in here.
Sorry.
Like, what are we doing tonight? My goodness. My goodness. So we're going to start it out. We're going to watch that video real quick. You know, that's what we're going to start doing, you know. Add a little something. Come on, man. Get it together, brother. Can I get it? Oh, my goodness, man. Me on this laptop is, boy, I'm going to give me a new laptop because this thing is definitely way past and way beyond my last nerve, you know. So we're going to look at the Track Star. Yeah, man. Track Star. Y'all, you know, just everybody just check it out, you know, real quick. It's real quick video. It ain't real long. And this is the girl here. Can y'all see the screen? I think y'all can see the screen. Boom. Good gracious. Y'all synced it? Oh, no, y'all didn't see it.
It's a little blurry.
It's a little blurry?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of blurry.
Let me take it back again because
competing in the 4x200 relay when an opponent
courtesy of
hit her in the
ABC
head
News
with a baton. There it comes. The incident happened as Tucker was passing the other runner in the outside lane.
I just felt a bang on my head and then I fell off the track immediately.
So, let's think.
Gosh, what was she hit her?
Gas. I just jumped up out of the bleachers immediately and ran to her on the main floor.
This is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
Tucker, a junior, was later diagnosed with a concussion. I mean, we saw it all unfold on camera. According to her parents, the alleged attacker and her coaches have not reached out to check on Kaylin or apologize. They did.
Now,
Oh my God.
having seen that, the other girl, where is the other girl? Can we get a video with the other girl on there? Because the other girl has a different perspective as to what happened. She doesn't feel that, you know, she did anything wrong. Like, I ain't did nothing wrong. What y'all talking about? What y'all talking about?
That's
Okay,
crazy.
okay. Let me see if I can get a better one. You know, let me see here. Oh boy, the perfect case in. Okay, here she go. Here she go. I'm gonna just let it play. Is it sharing?
If you have a 700 plus credit score,
Nope.
Pre or post narc?
Where did Mario go?
I think he rose.
I think he ran to check his credit score. He got tricked. Like, hold up, is mine 700?
Right. That is stuff. That girl, that's some stuff at the school to see that kind of thing happen.
That's crazy. He just gone like that.
It's frozen in time. He'll be back.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait to dig into this. I swear.
Yeah, that's why it always malfunctions when it's something that's about to set people free. You know, that's usually how I go with the web. You know, they be trying to keep people trapped.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he's checking his credit score for real. He better. He don't know what his exes probably did to his credit. Because these people never stop. They come back 10, 20 years later with a grudge. They don't
They
give
got
up.
their social security number.
Yes.
The first thing you're trying to get your finances and your social. Like, let me help you with your finances. I just want to see your finances. Like, why do you want to see my finances?
They just want to see that Social Security number.
He'll
That's
be
what it
shaking
is.
and moving. They be moving out like shifty. Like, I just want to see your finances. Like, oh my God.
But you know what? These people not even good liars. That's the thing. I learned a lot. I just can't wait to, man. Everything we learned is a whole lie, y'all.
Yeah.
A whole lie.
Yep.
Man. I can't wait. I just don't want to go without him, you know. But he need to hurry up back. I think TransUnion got him on hold.
To believe lies. We've been so conditioned to believe lies. It's so much evidence you need just to convince somebody of the truth. That's some crazy stuff.
Yeah. And like I used to tell everybody a long time ago, narcissists are the ones who put this information out here about themselves. And it's really just basic information for them to feel comfortable. It's not the truth. I mean, for people to believe this stuff and then all these terms, oh my God, I don't use that stuff no more. It's ridiculous because you dehumanize them when you use these terms and then you feel sorry for them. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Where is Harrio?
And the narcissism stuff, it's all part of the programming. Like, a program is to kind of get you focused more on the world and pretty much any type of paganism. That's kind of what it is, because you got narcissism and echo. Those are the like myth stories. But the whole thing is one grand myth, like everything. They could call that the theory of everything, one great myth.
Yep.
And that's how it is.
And that's what they call this a personality disorder. I disagree. I think this is a moral disorder. That's what it should be called. Look who's back.
He's back. Yay.
What is going on with your
You came out of the quantum of the time.
I'm in this camp like, okay, there you go. There you go. You try something.
You got triggered. You would have to check your credit score.
It is always something, right?
Right.
It's all good. It's all good, man. It's all good. We here to dog this narcissist and by feeling, yes, we gonna do it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it. So,
what did the girl say?
What'd you say?
What did the girl say? The other part of the story.
She's crying in typical narc form, crying, and I never would. I didn't. That wasn't on purpose. That didn't mean it. It was accident. Concussion. You accidentally, and y'all was running, not fighting or. Yeah, so, just the tears and the whole, if we didn't see it, we probably would take a word for it. That's how narcs, but we see it. See, any decent person, I'm going in on her. She young, whatever. She terrible. Your mama taught you that. You learned that from your mom, being around your mama. Yes, indeed. You learned it from somebody around you. Slick. Instead of being a sportsman, showing good sportsmanship, and just saying, "Dang," because if I would have did something, man, listen, I am the utmost of apologetic. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know if I just reacted. I don't know what happened, but I am so sorry. I have no justification for that craziness. But that's not in her. That wasn't what she said. Right, she didn't apologize. She was like, there's no way y'all think I did that.
She didn't even go check on her. She didn't stop the race and check on her.
No. She naturally, boom. Blasted me. And, like, That's the world. That's the world, and that's how narcs are raised. That's how narcs are raised. And she got a community of people standing behind that mess. She has a community of people standing behind that lie. We watched it. We watched it. You are on a track. You're on a track, and you're in a track and field competition. This ain't the first time you've been passed by somebody. This isn't the first. That's not the hair trigger reaction. No, you've been beat your whole life. You wasn't even in first place. It wasn't like you was in first place. You was fighting for second place. So, and I'm saying, I mean, it is what it is. If the other person is faster, you just keep practicing until you're the fastest one. But don't hit somebody and then be on the internet talking about crying and I mean going in. And typical, that's the reason I put the video there, because I wanted you to see it. It's typical form. You know, she just got the tears going, and there's no way you guys thought that I'm that kind of person, and I would have never. We watched you do it. What do you mean you would have never? You did.
That's because it was not about the race. It was about her beating her. And you can tell that's who she didn't like. And she would come in second place. She didn't care about first place. But when this girl got ahead of her that she did not like, then she couldn't stand for that. It was never about the race. It was about jealousy. She had some hidden jealousy towards that girl, and she refused to let her get ahead of her because she knew she was better than her. And then she was able to prove it, but she'd be damned she let that happen.
Yeah. And that's what happened when people are demonized. It's just something about that other person that the demons get them so focused on. But it starts with that seed of jealousy and envy. That jealousy and envy is what kind of feeds the iniquity, the power fuel the demons to do some type of, that's a supernatural act to be able to run and hit somebody in a spot that can cause a concussion while you're running. I mean, you really got to have demonic help. And these narcissists they're really gatekeepers, portals for these type of entities to cause destruction. Like for that other girl's life, whatever her life would have been, or however it's going for her in track, that was a deliberate attack because of her life, whatever call she got. And that's how the target goes. Like the target was send somebody, one of their agents, just call them agents or vessels, send them over there to help to destroy somebody's life that got some type of light to share, or some type of fruit to share, or call on their life. Because that can invoke trauma and fear. And once a trauma and fear is there, it's like now every time you get on a track, oh my gosh, like what if something happened? Like that's a program. One incident can fragment the soul to be a program for somebody to have this fear or this PTSD. That's a head injury. So that's something that just because it happened like in the split second, the repercussions of it is going to last longer, not just physically, but mentally.
It could have ended up being a brain injury. That girl could have got truly
brain injury.
Yeah.
It could have been worse, where that girl could be facing, charges for what she did. But she lucky God saw fit that it didn't end up that way. That girl, her job is not done. And that I don't know what the plan is for that other girl, but I think that she facing charges for that, Harry-O?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't
think it's allegedly.
That's a concussion. That's a concussion. So, how do you look at something like that, right? How do you just look at something and say that this person isn't negligent of what they did, and you're watching what they did?
Talk to the parents.
And we're going to just say, well, it's part. You can't say it's part of the sport because it's not part of the sport.
They need to talk to that girl parents If they talk to their girl parents and the mama a narcissist, you already know how this go. Because the parents, you'll see that.
Her parents are on there supporting the daughter in this foolishness. Nobody, and you know what, y'all? Man, I'm gonna tell you, that's where we are. That's where we are in this world today, where we and I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go there. That's how we treating women out here today. It's above, you're above reproach. We can't chastise you. If that was a little boy doing something like that, he probably have charges already. They'd have walked him out the stadium in handcuffs. So you gave somebody a concussion in a track meet because they ran faster than you. It would have been made crystal clear for him. It wouldn't be all of this in the media and we got to figure it out. It was no question what it would have been. Just as we saw it with two females. It's the girl who got hit, who has the concussion. She got a concussion. This ain't no little tap on the head. She bopped her. Gave her a concussion. For running just because she ran faster. It would have been crystal clear. And when we can't, y'all notice how nervous everybody get when we talk around that subject? So that's how you create a devil. That's how you create a devil. When everybody start getting nervous, like we can't talk about what a woman does. That's how you create a devil. That's how Jezebel was able to be so successful with what she does. Because no, you can't do that. You can't say that you know this is this, and you can't say that is that. You know, and when you go get the blood test done, I was watching another video. I was listening to DL today. Good grace, his show. I think it was today or yesterday. Might have been yesterday, and they were talking about. It was something on social media. People were calling in and giving their opinion on should this thing that went viral. This guy asked. He took his 5-year-old child to get a blood test. And found out the child wasn't his, and people were calling in, and women was calling in saying, "Well, I don't think that was fair." And you think it's fair that he was around here for the whole life, and you think it's fair to your child to be calling somebody daddy that ain't their daddy, to just hide your lie, man. What is society created with this? That
wickedness has been released. Like this is generational iniquity. This is getting wrapped up because it only get worse. Each generation will continue to get worse with the wickedness, and that's a lot of people repent. And there right now it's such a hardness of heart. It's a lot of truth that have to come to get somebody to be able to repent. You know, that's where we at. Like it's a battle going on.
No, that's out. That's unheard of. Repent.
Yeah. They like, I can't repent. I'm not doing nothing. They don't know the truth. They don't know what's right from wrong anymore because they have blurred the lines so much. People feel like the laws that were made defines what is right, defines what is true. But the world got their law, they got their false truth, and God got his law. And that's the truth that everything is governed by. And they know that, the ones to make the false truth. So once somebody break that God's law, and then they go by their law, like, well, I'm gonna just keep, divorce and remarry, or I'm gonna marry, whatever, same person, same gender. Once they break God's law, then there's a covenant and a curse that's made, and their parts are tied to these kingdoms for enslavement, the second heaven, the marine kingdom, and the underworld. Like those are kingdoms that now they have their parts are enslaved, their members are enslaved, because the Bible tells us in Romans, like whoever you yield your members to, whoever you agree, that's whose slave you are. If you yield your members to the kingdom of darkness, you are a slave to the kingdom of darkness. If you yield your members to God, you a slave to him. But to be a slave to him is to be free. Man. Because he will always give you a choice, but the enemy, he's taking it.
And you know what? I was reading through these comments. I saw one that Lika said, Satan said that he will raise a fatherless generation.
Yeah.
Man, if y'all think that it's crazy out here right now, I want y'all to just close your eyes for just a moment and picture this world in 30 years when these degenerates are raising what can we call it? What can we call the next generation?
It won't even be 30 years. It won't even be 30 years.
Man, it won't. It absolutely will not. Every day when you look at social media, you're looking at mayhem. You're looking at pure, unadulterated madness on every level, every single day. You are exposed to something worse than yesterday. Every time you think that it won't get worse, every day, this internet, Beyonce's internet, shows you, oh, it's worse out there, man. Much worse than what you saw yesterday.
Yeah, and I saw something that's why I say these female narcissists are very treacherous. And this girl I saw has been going around where she is really habitual with when her boyfriends don't want nothing to do with her. She accused them of, trying to get with her 10-year-old daughter. But see, with this last boyfriend, she went far with him. And she created 2 phone numbers and she texted them back and forth like she the daughter and like she the boyfriend, asking the daughter for this and asking for that. And now the truth has come out that all that was fake. She was trying to set this dude up. Yes, that they found out she was the one doing it.
I saw that.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff. That takes so much demonic help.
Man, they was ripping this dude. I was one of the people in the comments like, man, they need to just put gasoline on him, just skin him alive and set him on fire. And the whole time, it's a Jezebel behind that. It's a Jezebel, a trifling, dirty, conniving Jezebel. Telling a lie. And ladies, man, I don't know how y'all standing behind that sisterhood because it got everybody looking at you crazy. Real talk. Because there's no way that men, we're not going to allow these fools who doing this foolishness. No, you're not going to associate them with us. We're not going to back that mess. We're not going to have one comment on the video saying, yeah, well, it's 2 sides to everything. We need it. No, we ain't even listening to his side. Like, dude, you did what? To your girlfriend, daughter?
Yeah.
No, we taking the girl side first. And that's dangerous. That's dangerous in the society that we're in because when a woman's word means nothing to men, that stops protection. That stops protection. And I know it seems like that ain't that big of a deal to some, but I promise you, everything that women are doing is under the protection of men. If there was no protection for women, there would be nothing to stop. And there's fools out here that would prove it to you tonight. There'd be nothing to stop every woman from being in total fear of everything. And that's from, like, you can't call it intimacy, the sexual situation to robbery to it. Just, hey, if we just say, hey, no, we're not protecting that no more. Mm-hmm. If women, you do have a lot of women that do stand up against it though. So I won't go in and say nothing. Like, you got a lot of women that's just tired of it too. Just like men are tired of these jokers out here that won't do right. And I'm just saying that's where we have to be in order to make it through this next stage that we in right now. We can't just stand on business and let these people, just infiltrate the camp and make what they're wrong right seeming, because that's all it is. That's all it is. Like China just said, you know, how, well, morally it may be wrong. Morally, that's God. But the law says that you can do that. Law says you can do that. And once you have taken the morality out of it, because laws are not moral.
No.
No, they're not.
Laws is for the lawless. The spirit of Antichrist is the spirit of lawlessness. That's the translation. Jesus is the law. He said he came to fulfill it. His embodiment is the law. Your conscience, now supernaturally, he did something. He merged his spirit with a human. And by doing that, by accepting him, you naturally live the law. We're not even in that kingdom. It's two kingdoms, the kingdom of the world and the kingdom of God. When you in the kingdom of the world, it's only chaos. The second heaven vibrates, thrives off of chaos. That's why the narcissist and any other witch, warlock, toxic person, all of that stuff, demonic agent, you know, the habitual sinner, whatever, they cannot function in peace, because peace is not in that makeup. They're not in the likeness of peace. They're made in the likeness of chaos until they are born again and they transform themselves by renewing their mind and getting in covenant with God. Then he does something on the inside and start changing their DNA genome to his kingdom, the third heaven. But there's the second heaven. They have a good feeling. They have they got some miracle, little miracle, temporary miracle things, because everything in the second heaven or in Satan's kingdom is transactional, since he cannot create. So they can take a transaction of love. Okay, I can give you this love feeling, but then I got to give you this iniquity, or give you this infirmity, this sickness, or give you this chaos. It can't be consistent, because they're taking that love energy from somebody else somewhere that's also being deceived, in order for you to temporarily feel it through the narcissist. The narcissists don't have the love energy at all. And before they tested the swap, they already had something that was taken from somebody else to even connect with you before they start ciphering yours. But it's all transactional.
Man,
Everything there.
you just hit the nail on the head when you said Satan cannot create. He is not originating anything here. Okay? He is not originating anything. You have to be a God to create.
Yeah.
These people,
He already been done.
they have been spiritually condemned to eternal sin. And that's why they won't change. It's literally going to have to take God for them to change. And that's why I'm telling you, they can change, but it's going to need God, because there's not enough.
But God gave us all free will. So what does that look like? God didn't come here.
Us getting out the way. Everybody got to get out the way so they don't attach themselves. Them tentacles. Everybody got to cut off their tentacles for them.
That's it. But God ain't changing nobody.
Let me tell you, that's why I told y'all I'm going to give y'all somebody from the Bible, and I'm going to tell you what it looks like. Everybody knows the story of Jacob. He tricked and cheated people his entire life, tricked his brother out of his birthright.
Come on.
And then his brother got after him, he ran and got tricked by a bigger narc, his uncle. So then he ended on his journey back to the doorstep of the same people that he just did all of this to, and ran into a man. And this man, he wrestled with him, and later it revealed that that man was God. But he wrestled with this man and held on to him until he gave him a blessing. This man gave him a limp. He touched his hip and gave him a limp. And he limped all the way home, but he ended up getting his blessing, and the man named him Israel. And that means God struggles with God. And he ended up, and that's what I want to say, you know, God can change them. It's literally, that's what it looks like. It's literally, they got to grab a hold to God and hold on in order for them to get that blessing. And a lot of people ain't gonna do that. And Jacob is the example of what it looks like. But they need to find their way to God in order for that to happen. And that's why a lot of us, we sit there and we want them to get their karma. God may not see fit for that. He might turn them into a Jacob. That may be their destiny. So it's not our job to sit back and want them to get their karma or look for it. They may never see it. God may see fit to change them. So that could be their destiny. We should focus on ours. And our lesson out of this is sometimes we wrestle with God. And just like Jacob, we got to hold on to God. That's our lesson. We got to hold on.
Man, I'm going to tell you, you know, I thought about something. I thought about that exact thing today. And watching, you know, somebody I care dearly about go through the same thing that I went through, you know, and it brought, man, it's, you got to see somebody that's close to you go through what you went through in order for you to be able to see yourself in a situation. And I looked at it and said, wow, I'm completely in awe, because I look back and I said, wow, dude, you put up with that for 25 years? It's hard for me to have a conversation with this person about what they're going through, because it's so self-explanatory to me. But then I bring myself back to earth and say, ho, champ, before you get to judging somebody, okay, before you get to judging somebody, of all people, Mr. 25 year, and let me just say it like it really sure enough is. Not did I just do 25, but the signs that were in front of me were far greater. The tricknology was, I mean, it was crystal clear. It was no way. And I never would claim that I didn't see it, because I saw every part of it. And I was determined, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to make this right. Not even thinking, how can you change her? How could you can't, God ain't changing her. What makes you think you gonna do it? But God gonna let you see. God is gonna let you see, and gonna let that person drag you until you see. A lot of us don't understand that we go through hell and high water because we get wrapped up in the me part of it. Oh no, I ain't gonna take this loss. Y'all not gonna be walking around talking about, oh, your relationship failed. Oh man, you know, nah, not in my house. Nah, my house not gonna fail. We gonna stand together. We gonna have a united front here. Really? You gonna have that with who? With somebody who is openly your enemy, openly in your house, in your face, your open enemy, and you gonna fix that? How?
But you know what, too? A lot of this information, like I said, is wrong. Not all of them compete with you, because I talk to these people, and this man wasn't in competition with his girlfriend. These people just literally want to reduce you to trash. And they say they discard you because you're trash. No, they don't, because that's what they want, trash. And they want to reduce you to that because they really do not want to believe that you are who you say you are, especially if you've been that same person consistently through the whole time. They are convinced. They are going to try to prove that you are a liar. They are going to try to prove that you are a cheater. They are going to try to prove that you are on the same demon time as them. because they refuse to believe that you are who you are. So they have to reduce you to trash. And they hate the truth, not because it exposes their behavior. These people don't have no shame. It's because the truth comes from God. And the devil convinced them that it exposes them. But it's really, if you face the truth, it turns you away from sin. And he can't have them turning away from sin. So he have to convince them that the truth exposes them.
And the way I see it is, you look at a narcissist, they're going to do everything that they can do to pull you down to their level. Yeah. Everything. Their job is to say, just like China was just saying, you ain't who you claim you are. You ain't no different than me.
That's the demon talking. Like, that's exactly what the demons do. Like, if anybody ever did had deliverance and heard demons talking out of people, they say those same things. And when you're dealing with a person who is demonized, like the narcissist, they have habitually practiced wickedness in a ritualistic fashion, they are taken over. So the demon just swaps in, and they can be looking dead at you through the vessel, but it's the demon talking to the person. It's not the narcissist is checked out. They check in and out, and they don't even know how rapidly they do it or how often they do it. That's why a lot of them always having like severe migraines. Sometimes they have these seizures. They do a lot happens with them in their mind. They all have a lot of like mental things going on, racing thoughts, voices. Like, it's a lot of stuff happening in their brain because it's demonized. It's like legion. And then they're swapping in and they're talking to the person, but the assignment is strategic. People who have been through this with a narcissist, in their bloodline, they've had programming in the second heaven. That is key to know. I wish they taught this, but they had in the second heaven, there's a program. And the program, the things wait, and they strategically set up interaction, crossing paths. That's why the Bible talks a lot about these paths. He's like, he's the lamp unto our path. He make our crooked path straight. But if we're not walking in him and we don't know, we're going to cross paths with the wicked, which he say don't cross paths with them, because they can't rest until they cause one of these to fall. But if we're on their path and the enemy makes sure we cross paths, and they create a storm around that path crossing, so that this agent that they sent looks exactly what we want, because there are spirit spouses involved, and that spirit spouse been laying with you and everything for years and years and know exactly what you want because they cultivated it. So in the demonic realm, they had a kingdom, a meeting. How can they make you fall? Because people have destinies and time is short. Time has ran out. And all these destinies, the narcissists, they are a time waster. They come with a waster spirit. The waster spirit is the reaper thing. It makes you sick in the stomach. You have a lot of stomach issues. You can't eat. It messes with your appetite. It messes with your money. Everything is a waste. Everything is wasteful with a waster spirit. They come with that. And so when a waster comes, it just ciphers out your time. Time was the most important thing that we had. God wants it and Satan wants it. But we have life force, and God gave each person an allotted amount of time. And Satan wants to make a slave with that time out of somebody and then torment them. But God wants that time and give you more life abundantly until you spend eternity with him. But that is the game. That is how it is. It's that simple. It's like people been deceived generationally. They had the rebellion in the 60s. They plotted this out. And then each generation, they took the men out the home. Most neighborhoods, most minority neighborhoods, men out the home. They knew that in 2 generations that it's going to be out of control wicked. They knew if they did that. So they took the men out the home. The next generation, so we're in the 80s now, flood them with crack. They did that stuff. So then crack is now involved. So now you got a lot of abused young ones. And that's what they kept doing. Now you have a lawless generation, because the ones that was abused youngins that in the crack generation, their children have grown up and had some children. Now it's children fighting their mamas, grandchildren fighting their grandparents. Like, this is a very lawless, planned out chaos system, because Babylon is chaos. And now that it's so much chaos and so much bloodshed, it goes down to the abyss and it fired up CERN. Now they opened up these portals and now those kingdoms merge, and we are about to see some walking things that we have never seen before. Like the things like the Sphinx over there in Egypt with the human face and the lion body, all of that, we're about to see that because they have been genetically engineering this whole time when people have been distracted, watching this entertainment, all of these other things. They got jobs, whatever. The time suck. They've been genetically engineering until they mastered it. Now, when these things hit the surface, we have to understand how we need to fight because we're going to have to be able to execute some angels from the third heaven to get with them because this is getting real.
I'm gonna let you read that, Harry, because what I was about to say have something to do with that. So
Hey, go ahead. Hold on. Let me first of all shout out Patrice Bean being the sponsor tonight, show. Appreciate you, Patrice. Go ahead. We're gonna thank OG Nenner King for the super chat. Go ahead. Give it to him, China.
you know, I was gonna say because somebody in the comments has said that this is genetic. It's not genetic at all. Like I said, it's a choice because I had two parents that were narcissists, and I'm by no means am I a narcissist. I chose a different path. God gave everybody a choice. For somebody to say that something is genetic is saying that God didn't give us a choice in life.
Right.
What your DNA is what you're gonna be. That's what that's saying, and that's not true.
Yeah.
A lot of us chose to be an empath because we didn't want to do to others what was done to us. But these people had it done to them, saw it and liked it, and decided that they wanted to do this stuff to other people because they saw the power that their caregiver had over them, and they wanted that same power over people. Because eventually they learn how to use that power against their own parents to get what they want. And that's why a lot of their mothers, narcissists, their mothers are their biggest enablers because they know they mistreated their child. And so in order for their child to look at them in a different light, they have to enable them. This is what society used to call making up for what they did. And that's why parents and mothers enable their children because they feel like a lot of narcissists, y'all don't know, that the reason they can't sleep at night is because they think about their victims and they think about the failures in life. They think about their victims. They think about what they've done to people. Y'all been misinformed.
Hey, China. Hey, listen, y'all. Put some fire in the chat. She just smoked y'all.
And both theories are correct. Like what it is genetically, like say if I was a narcissist and I chose to like do some wicked things in life and I'm a narcissist, say that, like say if that was the case, and I was to get pregnant, genetically down to the third, fourth generation, my children in their inscription DNA, they will be programmed to have a tendency for that type of behavior. Like it'll change, and it's called epigenetics, and it goes down to the third, fourth generation. That is influenced by your decisions, by your behavior repeatedly. Like if someone was an alcoholic, like if my mom was not, and then I decided to be an alcoholic, generationally, my children will have some genes that will predispose them to alcoholism. Now, if they're presented with alcoholism, they can choose not to drink, and then they'll have children and it'll change down to the second and third, and they won't have that gene. So they show in this epigenetics, the new studies, that not only can the genes change for the bad, they can also change for the good based on a person's constant decisions. That's the free will. That's the whole support behind being born again, because God's laws is third, fourth generation of iniquity. A lot of times the parents suffer as much as the children. Like the parents who do something with all the kings, he said, the kingdom gonna be ripped from your child. So you have to have a very cold heart to be a narcissist, because any decision you make, or any toxic person, any decisions you make, it may not affect you, but it's definitely coming hard for them children to the third, fourth generation. The whole kingdom of darkness know that. Soon as somebody make that decision, they trying to solidify this generational curse that was made ancestors before us. So this is like the things we're suffering is things from third, fourth generation before us. But we can change it with the free will. But it's learning the truth and then making that decision. Okay, God, you presented yourself to me. Do I receive you or not? Because then once you receive him, his spirit comes in, and his spirit is the spirit that reset your whole brain chemistry for truth.
But
It's
you know what?
the way.
It's environmental. That's where your choice comes from. You adapt to your environment or you choose another direction. And that's what it all boils down to. It's because I see a lot. This person that I keep telling y'all about is teaching this to his grown son. This is taught behavior. This is learned behavior. This is environmental. They teach their children to be their ride or die. Y'all think that they need us for that? No, they have their children for that. I mean, it's diabolical. I have so much to say. I'm telling you, this person.
Listen, you ain't telling nothing but the truth.
That's part of the generational curse. It's like it's so strategic in the spirit realm. That's why you have to know spiritual warfare once it gets to this level of a narcissist. You encountered the devil. There's no way around it.
I'm gonna just jump in here, because we had so much that we crossing over on here. My man's original question was, why do some people who have been through childhood trauma turn out empaths and others turn narcissists? So, that's the question that everybody really wants to know. Like, how does somebody do that? It's not really a how. It's just like, China was saying a minute ago, that person chose that. The same way you chose not to be attracted to what's bad and it's going to bring you bad karma. A narc, they're attracted to that. They're attracted to it. They're attracted to it in a way where you just don't understand what they get out of it. And they look at it as, well, this happened to me and I had to deal with that. And they want to see somebody else. They want to see that look on your face when somebody done did you dirty. Guys, I'm telling y'all, man, a narcissist doing a whole lot of dirt to you just because they want to see that look of total betrayal on your face. They want to see you in shambles. They want to see you mentally broken. They looking right in your face when they see everything they did. I was looking at a video just a little while ago. And it's the internet. So people, they just make stuff up out there now. They making up scenarios, but they're making those scenarios up off of true scenarios. And this one was about a dude and his girlfriend confrontation or whatever. And she tell him, yeah, I was with this person, blah, 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 and all that. And the gist of the story to me was just that this, and I've seen it, because that ain't the first time something like that has happened. People, at the end of your situation, that narc is going to be dirty with it. They're going to drag you. They're going to tell you, yeah, I did it. Yeah, this was this. Yeah, it was. Yeah, you wasn't all this. I was using you. I did this to you. Because that's who they are. The object for them is they want to break your spirit. They want to break you. And we sit back and think, well, why would they do that? That ain't going to break you. Yes, it would. Yes, it can. And it has worked on many people. Words have broken people. Okay.
Yeah.
You sit here and think that, no, you can't, yes, words. Listen, when you put your all into something, into someone, you put your all into that person. That means that person gives you your reasons for the things that you're doing. They're giving you justification for how you exist in their life. That person, when you build somebody up like that, that person has the power to destroy your mind.
Yeah.
You can say something very small, well, you know, I did this to you because you really weren't that good at it. And something just that small has taken the strongest of men, the most beautiful of women, taking them completely out of here mentally. And then the rest of their life, they have vices, trying to medicate, trying to self-medicate. That's why I say, guys, you think you're in a bad space. You're not in a bad space. If you hear, you're in the best you could be. Why? Because you're somewhere where you're cognizant of the fact that, man, I'm going through a trauma here. And I don't have all the keys to deal with this thing. People, listen. You can listen to some of these fools out here that, look, somebody did this to you. You just go out and find you somebody new. And let them tell it, and everything is fine after that. And it ain't nothing in your life gonna be fine after that. You're gonna be right back in the same or a worse. Usually you're gonna be in a worse situation because that is not fixing the problem. Mm-hmm. That is the lesson that I had to learn the hard way. Guys, 25 tormenting years of hell. 25 of, I look at that number now myself. I saw it today. And today was the first time that I saw the number the way I see it now. I never looked at it the way I look at it today. When I look back at it, I said, bro, how could you do that to you? Because I was determined that I'm going to fix this. I was determined that I had more power. I had power over somebody else that I did not have power over. I didn't even have say-so over that person. Not just power. I didn't even have say-so. But I'm sitting here lying to me. I'm lying to me on a daily basis. Just lying. You know what? I ain't even gonna worry about that. You know what? Forget that person. You know, they gonna do what I'm gonna do what I do. Just lying to get myself to the next point. Lying to myself and lying about the situation, self-medicating through the lie. See, we think that, a vice is always drugs or alcohol. Sometimes a vice of yours. Ooh, man. Sometimes, guys, a vice of yours can be sex from a person. Sometimes a vice can be you lying to yourself to help you get through to the next phase. You have to lie to yourself. Y'all, I'm looking at myself right now saying, damn, look at how much you lied to yourself to get.
And believe the lies. That's the Lulu. Once you believe a lie, you're deceived. Once you're deceived, only God can bring you out of deception. That's the Lulu land. That's the whole Deluluville. You got the lion spirit there, and that thing ain't no joke. That thing will come and it will feed you the first lie. The first lie, like once they talking and you got a flag, like, wait a minute, you got your wallet, whatever the lie might be, you believe whatever come out their mouth. Anytime you talking to the narcissist, because they operate under that thing dominates them, they're lying. Their profession is to lie. So by default, if you connect yourself to them, it's only a matter of time before you too become a liar. The only difference with the empath and the narcissist, that's what they want to call it. It's both a toxic situation, codependent narcissists equally in the kingdom of pride, because the pride keeps the toxicity together. That's the glue. Both people trying to play God in a situation because they've been out of control in situations of trauma. So this, if I control this, if I have this, if I take care of them, they're going to love me. In the narcissist, the opposite. If I keep, badgering them or whatever, they're not going to leave. I got total dominance. It's all chaos, lies, pride. Soon as you humble yourself, like if everybody was just humble, and even before getting in a situation, they had yielded to God, God would have dominated that flow through the man, and then the wife and children would have lined up. But society broke that. So now we're in reverse, and God is so merciful. He's repairing, but he chose hearts out of these generational iniquity web curses. He handpicked people because he know all the choices people gonna make, and he knew one day you would choose him. That's the only difference. One day he knew because of your makeup that he made that you would choose him. You would choose love instead of hate. Where the other siblings probably chose hate. He's seen all of that, and that's the only difference. Both people were equally jacked up. They would lie to get out of things. The narcissist, and when I say equally jacked up, I don't mean equally demonized to the same extent. Like the narcissist, way more that's like dealing with the devil straight up. So it wasn't like the same type of amount of demons, but both were in the Lululand.
But you know what? I don't think it's just us believing a lie we use as a vice. I think us ignoring the lie as well. Because in my situation, I didn't want it to end because I knew I wasn't financially stable, but I was emotionally checked out. And they will drain you to the point where you have nothing left to give and you don't fight anymore. And that's when they know it's time to leave, because it's not because they don't have more to get out of you because you are worthless to them. It's because now you're waking up. You don't have you have hit your rock bottom.
There you
And
go.
the only way is up that's left. And they know that you are waking up out of that. And now they're planning their next move. They always keep a backup plan from day one, whether it's an ex. Y'all be thinking these be new people. They love having them exes around, especially an ex that's a narcissist, because she gonna sleep with them. When y'all get into an argument, he gonna run right over there. This is what this dude told me. He ran right over there to his ex and cheated on her, and she wanted some get back because she cheated with him on her and got pregnant. So they keep it going like that. They always got that ex that they can run back to. Y'all think it be new. It's always a baby mama or ex-wife sitting around in the background, and the ex-wife was the one who cheated with him. And they do it because they say they know they ain't gonna tell. That's what he said. He said, I don't sleep around this town. He said, I run back to my ex-wife because I know she ain't gonna tell.
And you know what? So many of us, y'all would be shocked at the amount of people that don't believe that this narc is cheating on them. It would shock you. And I'll sit there and I'll be like, so what do you think y'all was arguing for? Well, I mean, it was about something stupid. It was about something stupid, right? Now I'm gonna put my Aunt Cleo hat on. Y'all was arguing, it was about something stupid, and you never figured out what y'all was really arguing about, did you? Yeah, that's somebody else. A narc don't have no other they don't have another agenda. They're going to hurt you by the one thing that hurts you more than everything. Listen, y'all. There's nothing gonna shake you emotionally like the person you in love with being intimate with somebody else. They know that. Why do you think every last one of them is doing it? It is meant to break you. It is meant to take you to a place mentally that you might not come back from. That is the original plan. And they're looking at it and saying, if I work this correctly, when you're dealing with a narc that just really goes in on you, like, yeah, I did it. Well, what? It was better than with you. When you get one of those, see, that's a person that they see they losing it. They losing that grip on you. And I gotta dunk you in this real quick to destroy you because I can see you done caught on to this. You did like China was saying a minute ago. Guys, you ain't getting out of this situation with this narc till you hit rock bottom. When I look back at myself, y'all think I didn't want to leave? I was trying to leave the first year. I was like, man, leave me alone. All right, leave me alone. Don't bother me. I was telling that same lie for 25 years. Man, get out of my face. Bye. I don't want you anyway. Bye. And I was still there. So that meant I was lying. I was telling a lie. And I'm saying the only reason I'm out right now, let me make it crystal clear for y'all, is because I hit rock bottom in that entanglement. You got to hit rock bottom. If you still got some more gas in your tank, that narc ain't going nowhere yet. They ain't going nowhere.
Because they know they still got time.
Bottom. They not letting you go till they see, oh no, it ain't no more gas in that tank over there. I can't even start an argument with this fool no more. They don't have no use for you at that point. They can't get any energy from you.
No.
They can't come home and tell them
life force.
The fight started, and man, you just wasting your time at that. They know that they are wasting their time and they're not going to do it. They're like, you know what? That last argument, I stopped talking and I noticed you stopped talking. And when they see that you ain't there for the argument, you ain't arguing your case no more, you ain't telling them 2 trillion ways why they're wrong, they know, oh, okay, I got to hurry and get up out of here, because this thing is coming to a close, and it's coming to a close quickly. And guys, I want you to understand something. When they get dirty with you, they're like, hey, this is my last ditch effort to destroy your mind. That's when you're going to come home and catch them in your bed with somebody else. Because at that point, they're desperate. Don't think that you caught the narc in the bed with somebody else on accident.
I was going to say that.
It don't happen like that.
They want you to find out.
They know exactly what time you coming home. They got that whole thing set up when they doing what they doing in your house, because they do it in your house, man. Don't get it twisted. But you ain't gonna catch them. One thing about it is you're not gonna catch them until they ready to be caught. And when they ready to be caught, they gonna play. Of course, they gonna play the role. I was so sorry, and it was just, they ain't sorry. They not sorry. They meant for you to see what you saw, because now it's time to break you. Mentally, it's time to break you. And what they're looking at, they're hoping that this right here, when you saw our 2 naked bodies together, it crushed you to the point where you're going to come on back home and you ain't going to want to argue no more. You ain't going to fight with me about nothing. You're going to let me do what I want to do. You're going to let me do what I want to do, and you're just going to take it because you know what I will do. A narcissist, guys, it's a devil. And if you still with them, you're only with them because you have not crashed into the bottom yet.
And you still believe a lie that there's some love there. There is no love in the kingdom of darkness. There's no love. God is love. Once God is not in the mix, you only got lust, chaos, confusion, obsession, idolatry. You got all these other things that can manipulate your chemicals, your dopamine. You got pleasure. You got this stuff, but there's no love. There's deception. And if the more that you're attaching your body to the kingdom of darkness and covenant, not only yourself, but your generations, the more you causing them to be faced with these generational curses. Like if the stuff your parents did made you go through this, the stuff you did, that's your children. Even if you don't care about yourself, you have to care about them, because this stuff is how it works in God's kingdom. This is God's law. Divine biblical law. There's no way around it. Whether somebody only do Old Testament, New Testament, there's some things he put in place that it's just not changing. And so it's the more that they are, they're demon, they're gone. They're messing with all of these people, collecting more and more demons. They're done. They have a debased mind. The more that you have this toxic hope to be attached to the devil, the more that it's only going to steal, kill, and destroy. That's the only thing it can offer. It's gonna do it because that runs on automatic. God's laws run on automatic.
And you know what? And when you mirror them, they can't take it. And then and the reason they can't take it is because now they can't point out your wrongs, because if they saying what you doing is wrong, it's saying what they're doing is wrong. And so that's why they hate when you mirror them. And I want to say this too. Y'all think that silent treatment is a bad thing? That silent treatment means two things is happening at once. They're cornered, and two, that's built up anger. So enjoy that silence, because them people are thinking about punching you in your face, thinking about laying hands on you while they are in that silence. Enjoy that silence and stay away, because that's saving your life. I learned that too, because these people are quick to anger and they will hurt you. So enjoy that silence. Don't see that as that's a conversation that you need to have. Let them be silent.
Oh man, hey John. It also means silence from a narcissist. I want y'all to understand something. If they're silent and you on 10 in rage, it means control. It means I got you. You ain't going nowhere. Because if you was going somewhere, you wouldn't be that mad. You wouldn't be doing all that. See, what they're looking for is when you, because they know, okay, when you stop arguing, the gig is up. Oh, you come now. You don't even see me, respect me enough to argue with me no more. They know, oh, the gig is up. It's over. It's done. And they're going to sit there and they're going to start fights with you guys. You're going to notice they calculate how they're going to start the fight with you. And if you see it coming, because you see it coming, you see how they walk you right into the fight the same way. The argument you're gonna get walked right into it. They're gonna say those trigger words, and they're gonna say the trigger words in a tone for you that you cannot resist it. You can't resist what they put on the table. They look, I don't put this argument on the table for you, and I done prepared it nice, just the way you like it. Now come on in and argue. And 9 times, 10 times, most of the time, 10 times out of 10, while you're still in it, until you hit rock bottom, you're going to argue. You're going to argue. You're going to fight you, because they're going to challenge who you are directly. It ain't going to be they challenging you which tastes the best between the grape and the orange Kool-Aid. No, they're going to challenge you about who you are.
Yeah.
They'll challenge you about who your mama is.
Yep.
If your mama ain't nothing, and if you got a dead family member, y'all think that stuff is off limits, but it ain't. When they want to fight and argue, everything will be thrown at you. If they have to physically attack you, you gonna fight tonight. And the reason that they have to do it is because that shows their dominance over you. When you argue with them, that shows their dominance over you. It shows that I got control over you. You don't have control. You see that I'm starting this fake fight, this fake argument, and yet you still right here for all of it. And they're gonna lie. Come on, they natural liars. They ain't no day a narc. You ain't got one story of a narc that wasn't a liar. Yeah, they smearing your name for everybody. And you're thinking that after it's over, they're going to go tell everybody the truth? You must be crazy if you think they told anybody the truth. Okay? If you think they told one person a little bit of the truth, you crazy. They're not. They telling everybody that everything that they did to you, they telling everybody you did that to them.
Yeah.
And they antagonize their own children. And my ass used to start with his son, his teenage son, calling his mom, like names like a whore and all that stuff, knowing it's gonna trigger him because his mom was really sick. And it's like that he knew exactly how to trigger him each time, and then call the police on him and get him, locked up on his own that he had just met as a teenager. That is how wicked these people are, like on their own children, just so they can. It makes no sense. Destroy them, pretty much, just so they can destroy them without cause.
The plan is to destroy your
It is
children.
with cause.
Get you. That's right.
It's-
If they couldn't get you, they gonna get the children.
It's
Yeah,
with cause because they need them children. This man literally needs his son to vouch and lie for everything he say and do. And then he uses his son to like this how he do it, right? So how they start that fake argument too is because they need to get over to that double life they living. Because now that girlfriend over there, they be in full-blown relationships. Y'all think they just be sleeping with people? They be having full-blown relationships.
There you go.
And he'll go over there and spend time with that person after he started an argument with this person, so he could be over there. But at the same time, he know he can't stay the night, so he'll have his son call saying your daughter's sick. She's up at night. She's crying, so he can come home. And that's how they groom their children to do this. And these kids don't mind, and they be knowing their parents are dirty, but they go along with it and they don't care.
Come on. And the kids don't even know what's going on. They think that they doing something to keep the family together. And at the same time, man, you dealing with somebody that's so grimy. You dealing with somebody that's so trifling. They want their children. They want their children to know how they are, because they want that. They want to teach that child how to do the same thing. They're teaching your child. When you met a real narc, trust and believe it ain't. They was somebody in that house that they were raised around is trifling. Okay,
they would dedicate their children to Satan. Like we at a point where people, if they're in witchcraft, like that is dominating so much right now. Like that wicked witchcraft crap, they're dedicating their children to Satan for that power. Like this stuff that is so cold. Like this is such a high level of wickedness. It's beyond like they just got an attitude. They just trifling or they crumble. They are like evil manifesting in a body, and this is serious. It is like extremely serious. They literally will transform on you. You'll be sitting there, the whole snake face will come out in the midst of stuff. So even if they're not putting hands on you, because some people, there were some narcissists like they don't really hit you physically, but they do it in the bedroom. They make sure they do sadistic stuff because the demon has to cause pain any type of way. So they gonna do some crazy stuff there, whatever it takes to cause you some pain. That's what you gotta do.
Anything you're insecure about, ladies and gentlemen, you will be attacked in your insecurity. Y'all ever noticed that the one thing you might be insecure about, they attack you on that? You ever wonder why?
And then if you don't have no insecurities, or if you don't display any, they'll just take something, they'll pick something and try to irritate you with it, like try to break it down. Like they said the same thing they said they loved about you, now they starting to hate. They don't really hate it. They just seeing that they just throwing stuff at the wall to see what's going to break you down. So they're going to chop at everything. They're going to just start throwing stuff out there just to see if they can break you down. It could be the way you talk. It could be the way you dress. It could be anything. But they hate when you have that confidence, because they are so insecure that they hope. But it ain't hard to tell what their insecurities is. If you let these people talk, they will tell you. You just got to learn how to shut up and listen, because these people always got to tell somebody what they did to somebody. Why y'all think I know so much?
Hey, Sean, I was talking about that on Wednesday night. Everything a narc did to you, they got to tell it this.
They wrote a book about it. It's a book out.
They got
the book like with the projection, switch the roles, but publish the book. Like that's how they do. Like like I was the one that did stuff, but it was their story, but they just switched the roles. That's all.
Yeah, that's all they do.
That's all they do.
Stole your entire identity, Keisha. That's what it is.
That's some stuff. And then they so cruel. He
And
used to
see,
make
you
me
know
eat
what?
apple pies every night. Like he would cook these apple pies, knowing I was like, I don't want to eat the pies because I had an issue with sweets. And I was cool. He would like get so mad, make me eat these apple pies, and they was really good until I gained 50 pounds. Then that's when you want to do all the filming. Like they do some things that are cruel. Apple pies.
Absolutely.
And it seems like it's not. He probably could have been poisoned because he didn't even eat the pies. Now that I think about it,
You insecure. Yes. Indeed. Let me get to these super chats real quick, y'all. Lika, thanks for the super chat. Lika said, "This will sound pathetic, but many times, I just think I wish Satan would just give up and stop this hell. Wow, he can get all back that he lost. Why does he refuse to give up while he knows he's going to burn? Why do he wouldn't be the devil if he just gave up. Lika, come on.
I haven't seen no medieval pictures, bro. They them things. You got pan. They always got their little genitals out. They was raping everybody, men, women, everybody. They just running around the forest, graping them. You know, everything out at the bad things, all of that stuff, the medieval art. That's why. That's the kind of devil that is. It's torture and torment.
There you go.
And he can't get back all that he lost. You got to understand, Satan has been up there with God and he knows everything. And so he has been condemned because he's already in a spiritual realm. That's why we have a chance, because we are in the flesh and still have our spirit. Once we die, that's when we get condemned to wherever we're going. And he's already in that spiritual realm, so he cannot get back what he lost. And honestly, that's asking, why don't he just give up knowing he's going to burn? That's like telling the smoker, you got lung cancer, quit smoking, but they won't. They like, I'm dying anyway. So why do it? And so that's why he won't stop. He is in competition with God for souls, and he's not going to stop until he feel like it's it's an everlasting competition.
He feels he's smarter. He feels that he's smarter. Well, you know what? I can't even say that he feels he's smarter because he doesn't. He did not feel that he was smarter than God, because if he really thought that, if Satan really thought he was smarter than God, if he really thought he could beat God, if he really thought, even when in the war in heaven, if Satan really thought he could beat God, he would have created a different society. He would have created principles that would overrun the principles that God put in place. And what I'm talking about is things like our blood, things like the air that we breathe. See, the air that you breathe, if you don't, for somebody, an atheist talking to me, you're going to be short, buddy, because I want you to prove you don't believe in God. Stop breathing for a few days if you don't believe in God, because don't use God's system, the one that he created. If you so knowledgeable, if you so intelligent, because the devil himself, who thought he was so intelligent, he was not able to create anything that is permanent in this world. And if you are smarter than God, that means that you can beat God, which means that you can create something that supersedes what God has already put into place. And we have not met one. We have not met one amongst us yet who is just able to change how we can survive. The air, just something as simple as breathing the air. Create your own air. Create your own way of breathing in. It will just say you ain't got to breathe. Create a new body. But don't create it on the principles that God already put in place. If you think you don't believe in God. I said, if you think you don't.
And his name mean deceiver. He is the number one narcissist. He is, that's their daddy. They are in the likeness of their daddy. Nothing makes sense because they sit there. His obsession with Christ, every single thing that he has in the TV, everything that he make in the Marvel movies, all of that have to do with Christ. He is so obsessed that people who escape that comes to Christ,
bow down to Christ.
yes, he makes them watch the crucifixion over and over again because he was so upset that he never saw it coming, and he got his head crushed, and then the keys got taken away, and then the seal got put. Why you think we don't see these creatures walking around? Because there's a seal there, there's a veil. Everything got shut down in his kingdom. He is pissed. So yes, he's going to come out and deceive as many of the children. They tell you he got kicked out. They went up there to fight them. The angels threw him down. And it said he came down to the earth. He was extremely mad. So he came after everybody that was in the likeness of God. And that's all humanity that's born human, to devour them, because he couldn't get them. He lost. He already lost. They going back in time with the quantum. They doing all of that stuff, trying to find a timeline that he did not get defeated, that the crucifixion did not happen, and they cannot find it because Jesus is in all, through all in the quantum. That transfiguration he did, he's everywhere. Everything is made in him, through him, by him, and that is it. And it was finished. When he said it's finished, it's finished. We just got to understand who we are. Satan know who we are. That's why he's sending his agents. Like he's trying to make sure we stay in the Lulu land so we never know our identity. And then he give his deluded narcissist people our ID. And they think they're us. Just like he think he's Christ. They just like they daddy.
They wish that they had a solution. They wish that they had some power. They wish that they could create. They wish that they could create. Everybody got this thing. Everybody, so many people, you got the freedom to even say you don't believe in God out in the world we live in. You have the freedom. God gave you the freedom to just be able to even think that thought. Yeah. But if you would truly believe that thought, then it wouldn't just be a thought. You could prove it. You could prove that you don't believe in God. Like I said, stop breathing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it easy for you. Don't go to sleep for the next 2 weeks. Because those are things that God put in place. And I'm saying, if you don't believe in God, then don't use any of the principles. Don't live by the principles that prove God is real. I said that prove God is real. Just don't live by them. And how about that?
They don't have a choice, because if they don't, then there's nothing to fight against. If you notice, like you said, Satan has not created anything that's permanent. God has the power to control life and death. Satan has no power over neither one. He can't even cause your death, and death is permanent. So that's why, I mean, it's like, God, what was I about to say?
that was all that needed to be said.
It's laughable. Like he is so distracted. Satan is so distracted, because you imagine how it was. He's sitting up there. He was stalking God. He in the wilderness, like so make the bread turn into stone, because he couldn't quite see it, but he can see it, but can't see it, because he's not. God didn't let him be exposed and open to everything. Even prophecies, he can't quite understand them. He got to try to listen in on conversations of believers, because God revealed it to his people. But he blinded it to their whole kingdom. When he gave them death, when he said the world has been judged, and all they deities, the whole Mount Olympus and all of them, they all done. They were done. They all were screaming. He took all their keys. And so he can't even see it. He just, all he do is sit there and replay it. Like, look, watch this. He got everybody that's enslaved to him watching the same thing. That's what the narcissists do. Let that chosen one get away. They sitting there the whole time like, oh, I think they on there now. Look, I can't believe they did this. I can't. Everybody got to hear the version, the twisted version of what happened. Because, you know, Satan got his version in every movie. Every movie, they about fight God, the Infinity Wars. God is coming to fight them, and they got to get the whole army and pour them. That's the story the narcissist is telling everybody that crossed their path after you. if you got
check
away.
this out. I remembered what I was gonna say. I was gonna say they have to go. They have to oppose the system because that's the only way out. Otherwise, there's nothing to oppose. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
they can oppose it. They can talk down about it. They can say anything they want to say. They can say, I don't believe. I've seen them say things like, well, if I don't believe in God, what do you get that I don't get? You know, it's all of these little stupid little questions and just stupidity. And I'm going to call it stupidity because they can't prove anything that they're saying. If you don't believe in God, you can't prove it. Prove it. I'm standing on that. And I'm saying anybody on Beyonce's internet, prove me wrong. Come on here and prove me wrong. That you can prove that you don't believe in God. Stop. Show it tonight.
And they version of Delulu, they're a philosophical scholar.
Stop breathing for the next hour. Just do it for an hour. You know, I'm gonna give you a simple 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Just stop breathing for 10 minutes. And I'm saying it's just that simple. God created us and he created a system around us that we all adhere to. And that's everybody in the universe. And if you don't believe in this, and if you don't believe in God's universe, then leave the universe. You bad. Go create your own universe then. Because
they did it in Delulu land.
I'm so sick and tired of these silly, ignorant people. You ignorant and you stupid if you think that you don't believe in God, but yet you sitting here breathing this good air every single day, all day long. Your heart ain't stopped beating yet, but you so dropping so much knowledge. You ain't got nothing that I ain't got. Oh boy. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep it right there. And I wanted to make those points just because you got some stupid people out here that really believe that, you know, I could, just because you can say it, you can do it.
The politically correct word is they have the spirit of dum-dum. Now that is the thing. They just got that dum-dum spirit. That's it. So people, that's it. You talk to them and they just be looking at you. They be like, well, I don't feel like that. Well, I don't believe that. Well, I don't see already the vibration is low. They already on that low.
Hold it. This is another one. Well, why all these people out here hungry and God ain't feeding? Man, the ignorance to me is just on a whole nother level. And I'm sitting here like, well, okay. Well, first of all, God gave us a planet to feed everybody on it. What you mean? It's a tree over there with fruit in it. All over this place, decorated the planet with it. So don't put that on God. To say, God, oh man, God ain't put no trees in that area. You a lie. He put water, he put trees, he put vegetation everywhere. We're not supposed to be carnivores. We're supposed to be out eating vegetation. Okay, so you can't tell me they don't have vegetation in that area. They just might not want to eat what they got to eat in that area, but it's some vegetation in that area for you to eat. Okay, I'm standing up against all that bull crap because it's nothing but bull. And it's like people are afraid. It's not like people are afraid to just challenge the obvious. You trying to say that's God's fault? Because people like, hey, I don't want to eat the apples. I don't want to eat the oranges in the trees. I don't want to live off that. You know, I want somebody to come in here and cook me food. And I ain't talking about the people because they don't have. Because you got another people on this planet that make it like that so that the places where they live don't have the vegetation to feed them. But guess what? I told y'all, I grew up in a neighborhood. Man, please. We had every kind of fruit tree you could imagine in everybody's yard. So you cannot tell me that we live on a planet that doesn't give us vegetation to feed us. It's way more food than we can eat. But you have another people that feel like, hey, I can sell you that. Sell you the stuff that's free on this planet. So that's just a whole different conversation.
And that makes total sense. But not to somebody who got a spirit of dum-dum. You will lay out every evidence, you got pictures, you got timelines, you got graphs and charts and everything. When they have a spirit of dum-dum, it is a block. I guess they just check out. They eyes look different. They be just staring at you, and then they go to that low vibration. But it still ain't like that. It will. That's another strategy of the enemy, is the spirit of dum-dum. It's gonna be like, that's that dum-dum spirit. I'm gonna have to let you learn some things. Then we gonna come back with this conversation.
Yes, we will. My man True 2 jumped in there. What's up, True 2? Appreciate that, champ. True 2 said, from the B to the end of the relationship. Y'all see that? From the B to the end of the relationship. The narc had planned to destroy you. And what hurts is the shock of the betrayal. Then you finally saying, I can't. You finally get to that place where you say, man, I can't. I'm not going to do this no more. Lika, thanks for the super chat in South Africa. Be over there in December for Betty. Yes, indeed. Said, my mom prayed for me that time. The Holy Spirit answered her that I let myself be manipulated. Woo! Woo! Good gracious. There ain't nothing but God right there talking. You know, hey, you know, we can't say that, you know, he let us just be blind, because he did not. He did not.
Because our flesh wants certain things. Like the narcissists really come hard to the flesh. Jezebel is a seductress. So she gonna come whether in a male body or female body, but it's gonna be lust of the eyes. They gonna look a certain way, lust of the flesh, or pride of life. They either gonna say they can take care of you. They gonna help you with your business. They like saying that stuff. They gonna give you this, give you this. They gonna be a parent to your kids, whatever they done heard on TV. And they say these things, and then they do a couple of things like in a month, like every day. They doing something every day because they only got that month time frame before the mass list. So they got to get you all the way committed in a month. Like they might, you know, stay over and just never leave. They do things, but they try to convince you and get you entangled to the point where you start to believe it. Because the first day or two, you probably be like, man, it's weird. I don't know, you kind of smothering, you know, but then they keep going until they get that contract. Okay, I love you too, or whatever you got to say. Okay, we together, whatever that agreement is. They'll take the verbal contract, and then they're gonna seal the deal with either the blood or sex magic, whichever one. They're gonna seal the deal. And once they do that, and them entanglements is in there, this stuff run on automatic with the Lulu. Now you have entered into the Lulu world.
And you know what? That's why I tell people, stop flexing with that grade A supply. That just means you a grade A dummy. These people handpick you because they feel like they can manipulate you. That's why they pick you. You wasn't chosen by mistake or because they thought you were beautiful or handsome. That may have played a part. But they saw that in you, that you could be tricked. They handpicked you.
And you will forgive.
Yep, they see it in you.
And they can keep tricking you. Y'all want to know what grade A supply look like? Y'all know what that means? That man, somebody got 25 years of craziness out of me. You want to look like that? Yeah, somebody got 25 years of total chaos and craziness out of me.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to be? You think that's a flex?
And that's why I keep telling them, stop. That's not a flex. They saw that in you. And that's why they don't have a type. They type is manipulation. If they feel like they could get power and control over you.
Let me say this. Let me say this to you. I thought I was standing up for myself. I thought because I'm arguing, man, what? Man, please, bye. You ain't nothing to lose to me. I thought I was standing up for myself. What I didn't look at was, bruh, but you still there. You still in it. That person disrespected you in every possible way.
Yeah.
You still in it. And you think you standing up for yourself? How you standing up? You ain't you look. I did not know how crazy I looked. Because I'm sitting there, I was and again, I'm taking the credit because I was the crazy one. I was the crazy one. I knew she wasn't about nothing. And I'm still sitting there. I'm arguing with somebody that I know is a liar, a thief, and a cheat. What is wrong with me? What was wrong with me? I'm gonna reform a cheat, a liar. I'm gonna make you do right. Ladies and gentlemen, the last thing you want to be called is a grade A. Good God. Don't.
That's that dum-dum spirit. Grade A supply, primary supply, both of them are still got that dum-dum spirit. When people ask things like, how did you stick with it? How you deal with somebody that was coming off just how you did? I have to take accountability and be honest. I had that dum-dum spirit. That's the only thing it could be. That's it. I mean, you got to get, like, anybody can have it, no matter how intellectually smart you feel like you are, because it's a spiritual thing. If you've seen your parents operating in a dumb spirit at some point, and your grandparents or whoever was tolerating this kind of stuff, if you've seen it or been exposed to it, or even on TV, you see they do that stuff all on TV now, like they, soap operas. That's the dumb spirit that just kind of was circulating out, and they say like it's naive, it's sticking with this, it's doing that. Anytime that you are constantly dumbing down your knowledge, your integrity, all of that. I used to be told, don't ever make a man feel like he's dumb. You got to dumb yourself down. That's dumb advice. But I got dumb advice, so that dumb spirit was fed. And then you sitting there and you in these pictures knowing that they just cheated. That's all in that whole Jezebelic Babylonian thing. It have you doing dumb things. So the next that got married to somebody or got with somebody, or even if they just living together or feel like they stole somebody from somebody, that's a dumb action. Why would you want to be somebody that was with somebody like that's dumb stuff?
But let me say this too. All that main supply and primary source and secondary, all that crap, man. They don't have no main. They probably have a situation that they cherish more because they rather be in that situation. But they have double lives where they have two families. They have a side family
Yes.
and another family. And there's no
dealing with dudes, but in the church. I mean, come on. So they have a family as a cover up. While he was in that pastor office talking about somebody then poop they self or whatever during the deliverance, and stuff don't add up. Man, they have a whole different lifestyle. Like this is so the perversion that they have, because they're so demonized, it's so wicked, it's so unfulfilled, and it's insatiable. The devil makes them have an insatiable appetite. So they go out and they go and they look for men or women or whoever. I used to join like I did have to do an essay with the first marriage, that's Sexaholic Anonymous. And with that, because they convinced me, I'm married, they convinced me that I was a sexaholic. But I did one phone call, because you do a meeting, and the stories they were saying, I was like, I don't really think it's like that. I just feel like my husband is just not really like giving no attention. But that's their stories, like that, when they talk about things that they go through, it's insatiable. Versus start out like if they're a guy, they got to keep messing with more and more women to the point they start looking like for prostitutes. Then they find themselves looking for guys. Then they get out of hand. After that, they go to bestiality. Like it's all of these different insatiable things, but then they be married. So it's like constantly keeping up with these lives. And the person that they're with probably think it's one girlfriend or mistress that they going back and forth with, but they got a whole slew of people. They literally in an addiction thing, like they can't stop what they're doing. It has to be multiple people, multiple one night stands, multiple 10 minutes every day. It's compulsive.
That's who they've been all their life. That's their life. Everything about them is about deception. And once they stop living that, they stop living. There is no life for a narcissist being straight up. We think they can just turn it off one day and act right. That's why we stayed with them so long. That's why I was there so long. Because I truly, man, I was literally looking at this person like it was a cartoon. Like one day, the road runner gonna go over there and get past the coyote, and they're gonna drop something on her head, and boom, then she's gonna come in the house and act right. I'm telling you, that's how far out there your mind is going. And you cannot figure this out. You like, man, I'm doing everything I can under the sun, and ain't nothing working. And
they just gonna end like the movie. They gonna get it, and they gonna see how good you was, and they had these hard struggles without you, and they come back and they cry and they love you so much and appreciate it and change.
They don't care how good you are. That's why they with you, because of how good you are. It's all about keeping you fooled. YouTube, my man YouTube said, you're going to know when you've had enough. You're going to know when you've had enough. Ain't nobody gonna have you tell you. Ain't nobody gonna have to tell you. You will know, because those games were hurting you mentally, and you just can't. Good people, okay. The person that cares the least is the winner. Woo! That's why the narc seems like they win it. Just make sure you're that person. And and you just quit playing the game that is designed for you to lose. You can't win that trifling. The game is trifling with the narc in the first place. Coffee and freaks.
They would coach Satan. Is that they coach? It's a terrible game. Lose, okay? They are not winning.
Coffee and Freak said, thank you guys for everything that you're doing for us. My narc came back with a life is good thumbs up text 8 months after discarding me. Is he playing with me? 8 months later, just text you out the blue. Life is good. Life is good. I mean, at the end of the day, when life is good, when you know that you both went through something with each other, you know that it was bad, the situation was a bad situation. You know that this situation was mentally abusive and whatever other way it was abusive. When somebody knows that they hurt you, they're not going to try to keep hurting you. All right, that's just what it is. That's what you're going to do. When they ask you how you doing, hey, how you doing? How you been? Y'all talking, or I'm just assuming that he just sending you this text out the blue. Y'all, there's no back and forth. Because if there's back and forth, then it could just be conversation. You know what I'm saying? Hey, life is good. Thumbs up. They're not gonna never allude to, everything crumbling around me. But listen, if you're dealing with a real narcissist, let me say this for everybody, especially the people in the back. It is not physically possible for a narcissist to have a good life.
Or to be at peace. I'm at peace.
Or to be in love, or to be affectionate to anybody. Okay? Nothing that is good about life is here for a devil to enjoy. Nothing. So, stop feeding into it, and guys, mostly, we take it, and some of us feel like something wrong with me if I got to cut somebody off. If your right hand offends you, that's what the Bible tells you. If your right hand offends you, you need to cut it off. Okay, if your right hand offends you, you need to cut it off. So why do we feel like we owe these people explanations? We owe them, how you doing? Oh yeah, 6 months, 8 months later. Oh yeah, let me check in, or let them check in. When they checking in because it ain't working out so good.
Yeah.
It ain't working out. And guess what? If it really was good, he ain't even gonna waste his time to tell you.
Nope.
He don't even want to hurt your feelings. He like, man, you don't really want to know. I'm telling you, because that's how I would be. I couldn't see myself talking to my ex right now.
Yeah,
I mean, I wouldn't talk to her in the first place, but let's just hypothetically say I did. I wouldn't want her to know how life is for me. Like, man, because I know it ain't like that for her. And at the end of the day, to me, it's not about throwing something in somebody's face about life, your life being good. It ain't about that. You know, life is about, for me, it's about enjoying it to the absolute fullest. And I promise you, if you was dealing with a narcissist, I promise you, man, your life is not even started yet.
And they do little things like, go ahead, China.
I'm sorry. That's just a little heat check, because anybody who has a good life don't find the need to say it. Like Harriel said, not even to your ex. So that's just to see if you still there. And the minute you answer that text, they ain't gonna do nothing but ghost you, because now they know I could take this person through hell, and I'm gonna come right back to you when I'm ready, when all of this is failing. They just reached out to see if you were still back there on that back burner waiting for them. That's all that is.
That's all.
Yep. And once that situation collapsed, hey, I can run right back over here and take off where I left off.
Come on.
And they know it's gonna be better, because now you know not to question them. They know you still been put in your place, and that they still hold that power because you letting them back. So now they know.
And if they ain't take all their clothes when they left, they ain't never left.
Mm-hmm. And they very crafty. So they'll send a message like that. And if the numbers are not all blocked, like anytime another number come up or another message might come up, you got to immediately just block that one too. But if all the numbers are not blocked and somehow they were able to get through, they're hoping that you respond. And they might be just arguing with this other person or whatever, have the phone right there, then that message might come up with your response. They delete their stuff, and then they be like, oh, why this person still stalking me? Like, I mean, dang, like they'll do all of that. And they're trying to create that triangulation for that new person too. So they're trying to do two things. They're trying to re-trigger you so you can get back into the triangulation mix, so they can seem desirable to the other person and get this chaos going. They thrive in chaos. So if the relationship or however start going good and it's starting to go good for too long, they got to stir up chaos again. So they got to get a third party involved or make the third party known. I'm going to say make them known, because they already been involved in some shape or form. They got to make it known so that now chaos is there, because now negative emotions are able to be fueled again. Hurt, pain, all of that, and they caused it. Then they can smirk. They sit back and like, no, that demon manifests, because that's what that is. And it's all hurt, pain, disasters, chaos, calamity, destruction. Nothing good comes from them, because they daddy is the devil. Like, we really got to understand when Jesus, the red letters, when Jesus said their father is of the devil, because he was a liar and a murderer from the beginning. He's a thief. All of those characteristics, just like the narcissist. They come to steal, kill, destroy. They steal something. That's why they always be like, I'm going to steal your heart. Or they say anything. And they literally do that stuff in that realm. They steal part of your heart if you let them. They're a thief. And he told us we got to keep watch for the thief. We can't just let them come in our house and take all our goods.
I want to tell y'all that no contact is overrated. It's just for healing. These people don't care if you go no contact with them, because they going to match your energy. And they over there with somebody else while you sitting over there grieving. You know what hurts them more than no contact is when they leave and you don't give a damn. That hurts them way more than no contact, because if they know you don't care, then you go no contact where they can't have access to you. That's when no contact is going to hurt them. A lot of people say, oh, walk away in silence. No, you don't. Tell their asses, oh, God, sorry. Tell them it's over. They hate that. And if you stand on it, it's going to kill them. If you walk away in silence, it's going to take a long time for them to realize that you went no contact with them. But if you tell them it's over and you walk away, and then go no contact, they're gonna notice every day you don't call. Every day. That people telling y'all the wrong way. I know the right way. I've been doing it and I know how it's done. It's just like True Two said. The one who cares the least is the one who wins. And they hate it when you don't care when they leave.
Hey, you know what? My thing is never, ever, 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 never, ever try to out-narc a narc.
No.
Don't play the game. You don't understand the game.
Nope.
You think that, oh, okay, if I cheat on them, they cheat on them back. Yeah, that's gonna get them.
Yeah.
Cheat on them back. You cheat on, you do the same thing they did. Now y'all both cheaters, and they gonna tell everybody you cheated first. They gonna tell everybody you've been cheating the whole time. And guess what? People on the outside just gonna look at it and say, both of y'all was just cheating on each other. They're not gonna see your side. They're not gonna see or hear how this person tormented you throughout the entire relationship. They're not gonna see how this person pushed you to the point where you were willing to do anything just to try to figure out what you were dealing with. So that's why I say, don't do it. I would never suggest you trying to break even with a devil, because everything they do is evil. Remember, you're mimicking the devil.
And you know what too? And I say don't cheat because you could lose your life. These people are fragile. They are insecure. And when you do that, you telling them that they inadequate. And they don't want that. They don't want to recognize that part of themselves. You're telling them somebody else is better. Y'all think they don't think about y'all having sex with somebody else in between your legs or doing, they do. They think about that too. And that's how you're going to lose your life if you cheat on these people, because they can't take it. They cannot take what they dish out. It will destroy them. And that's why they know it will destroy you as well.
Come on.
And you have to you have to do the healing, but first you got to gain an understanding of what happened and take accountability. You were deceived. And you were deceived and you were ensnared and trapped in the enemy's domain, in his kingdom. He has a whole web. There is a web in the second heaven. People get caught up in that stuff. That's why they got the World Wide Web that came out with CERN. There's a web here. That narc are always on the internet because they caught up in that. But when you in this web, you have it's very fine-tuning, like untangling, that only God can do. So you can't go tit for tat and go deeper into sin, because now Satan has you on automatic. That was his goal in the beginning, to make more clones of him. So he sends the narc gets somebody upset, get them angry, get them bitter, another clone. What you have to do is, if you're dealing with a Jezebel spirit, Jezebel operates through witchcraft, operates through speech, sending messages. She sent the messenger of death to Elijah. She was like, by this time tomorrow, like everything she did was gave orders. So what Jehu did when he got anointed by God to destroy Jezebel, he went, as soon as she started speaking, like, have you did this? Silence. He didn't even speak to her. He said, who would God? Throw out the window. That's how you got to deal with the narc. You can't even let them, once that speech start happening, because a lot of times a seed of rejection is there. And what feeds rejection is you being able to see the narcissist how, and you can now ignore them, or you can get them tit for tat, or you can, not have to, you can see them hurting or see them sad, but that still feeds something in that kingdom of darkness. What you have to do is you have to do what God say do. His Bible say you got to have nothing to do with these, 2 Timothy 3, and you cut it off. Jezebel, throw out the window. The dog get it. And then you figure out, how did you get here? What pain is going on with you? And start that healing process. But don't let your imaginations get to you. I had a mentor that was like, it was the first, after getting out of the marriage, the first couple months, we were still married, but it was so tormenting. She was like, well, just go ahead and talk to him. It almost cost my life. That one conversation turned into something totally, to the point where I ended up in the hospital. And they're so cunning. Like he was super nice, and it threw me off guard. But they're very cunning, and if you're not prepared for that, or you haven't healed, or you deal with the rejection or fear of abandonment or other things that you didn't know was still there, and it's there, they can suck you right back in just for a brief second to try to take you out. Because they've been thinking of what can they say, what can they do this whole time that you were no contact before you kind of said, well, let me just answer the phone one time. So if it's for safety, if you're dealing with a narcopath with some of them sociopathic tendencies and all of that stuff, you gotta just go with God and trust God. Trust God, because nothing good comes from that.
Not one thing, not ever. It's a reoccurring cycle.
They are miserable. They are sitting there miserable, and they probably got a picture of you on the wall throwing darts at it. Like if I just one more time.
Y'all be thinking that that's a joke. They not really got that at once. My girl Patrice Bain, she got the right idea. Give them no attention, no contact, good people. Yes, indeed. My girl Monique. What's up, Nick? Monique said, any insight on gang stalking, mirroring, and/or monitoring spirit?
They got to disengage that program. That's in Colossians. Your ordinances, it tell you to get them ordinances. That program, you can change that because you got life now. Once you go into the kingdom of life and you separate from that darkness, they can't do all of those tactics. But still detaching from a warlock, master warlock, or a witch or sorcerer or whatever, under the definition of a narcissist, if you dealt with them, then the second heaven got some programming. They're going to send monitoring spirits. They're going to have the dreams happen where they do cameos in the dream and then they pop up later and you see them. You got to cancel those. They're going to send what is like the Gangstalking, because all of those operate under familiar spirits. Familiar spirits do things. They do things and you got to, it's all second heaven activity. So you got to really start praying and renouncing those demonic ties to all of those kingdoms, to the marine kingdom, to the second heaven, and commanding your destiny to be returned to you and praying the blood over your mind. Because it gets serious when it's like that, because it make it seem like you're going crazy or things of that nature. But some of these people are really into some black magic. Some of them made deals with the devil. Some of them got altars of people, altars, and they praying to them. They doing something, whatever else they doing. Things they're doing stuff, and it's hard to speak that in court. But you got to handle it. Or just pray, every night. Pray every day. Cover me, because it will go down the more that you fight against it, because it tells us to resist the devil and he will flee. That's in the Bible. But that resistance, that is a doozy, because they speak all kind of curses on people day and night. It's like it never ends, and you won't know you're going through these things.
And you know what? Some of y'all don't know or understand when we talk about, they have a what is it called? An altar. Some of y'all don't know that their body is their altar. Yeah. That devil, every time you visit their body, that's their altar. That's what they're trying to enslave you with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, that's how the devil comes, in a way where you don't even have a clue what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Just notice something about it ain't right. It ain't quite what I think it was supposed to be, but I think I'm happy. And you really don't know what you are. You ain't leaving that fulfilled.
No. Sometimes they have fake Facebook pages that are altars, because that's what I'm going through. The person that he left me for, she's been obsessed with me for all 3 years. And she still has that Facebook page. She still all pictures of me. She have mirrored me. She is monitoring me to this day. She's watching the show right now. She watches every Friday. And now, especially since he's probably gone, because child support checks stopped, so he's not working no more. See, when he blow up families, he run from everybody, and for him not to be working, that means he gone.
And she want to know, hold it. What you do when that's happened to you?
It's crazy. They really be obsessed. Like I'm telling, they really be having a desire for you. Like the first time I was like, I really like girls for real. I'm like, what the heck? I mean, it is so crazy. Their world. It's just the dum spirits. They got out the zoo.
But we not. Rockwell Sophia, thanks for the super chat. She said, in every timeline, age, realm, dimension, frequency, vibration, planet, cosmos, constellation, and universe, past, present, future, into infinity, from the beginning, across the eternity, God, Jesus is. D. Duval.
Yeah.
Thank you, Keisha. Go ahead.
That's fire. That is the truth. He everywhere. That's why the devil's so mad. He's like, dang, he everywhere.
I mean, at the end of the day, the devil knows that one day he gonna be exposed, and he's exposed.
Yeah.
And
he see God, especially the men. Men is in his image.
But the reason the reason it's so very painful to him is because he knows. It's just like, guys, y'all get to see in real time. Listen to me. Hey, you get to see and witness exactly how the devil himself will be exposed. When a narcissist can see, I have no more life with you. When they see you don't have any more gas in the tank for them, that's when they flee, because they're saying, now, even though you've been seeing me the whole time, now you see me in a way you never saw me before.
Yeah.
You saw me before as a no good, you know what, but you were still attracted to me, meaning you still had gas in your tank. But once you run out of gas, now you see them as the trifling crut ball that they are, and you ain't got no attraction to that cruddy life no more. You ain't got no attraction to somebody lying to you, cheating on you, robbing you, stealing from you, deceiving you. You don't have an attraction to it no more.
Especially
so, part right there.
Especially when you heal, the new you don't want what the old you wanted.
There you go.
That's how you know you heal, because you don't even see them the same, that you're not attracted to them or anything. And let me touch on this Gangstalking. I'm going to tell you why it happens. See, God can be everywhere at once. The devil can't. So he got to have eyes and ears on us. And that's why people gangstalk us.
Well, like what she went with that. Lika, thanks for the super chat, Lika. Lika said, YHWH. I don't know what that means. Can't be pronounced. He's the every breath that we take in Yahweh and exhale. WH. Okay.
It's like Yahweh, like you say his name is Yah, like when you said it's Yahweh, but there's no vowels in Hebrew. So it's pretty much your breath is the name of God, the I am, the name that they have distorted. But that's pretty much it. It's your very breath is his name. Your DNA is his name. Everything is his name. That's your makeup. That's why the devil hates humanity. He wants to eat them.
I want to answer OG Niner King question. You said, why do they be obsessed with us? They obsessed with us because, and I'm going to give you the real reason, because they knew that they couldn't give you what you wanted or what you needed, and they don't want to see nobody else give it to you. And that's why they obsessed with you, and now they have to watch you. And that's the truth. It's not what everybody else been saying. They know they can't give you what you want. They know they don't deserve you. They know you deserve better. So they become, when they're not with you, they become obsessed with you, because they can't bear somebody giving you something that they know they couldn't give you.
They know they never had it. They knew when they met you that you would never get it. They was just hoping you around, felt sorry for them, while they get to be the victim. Listen, y'all, it's for everybody on here that the narc done went on and they living their happy life, their best life, and they doing them and they winning, whatever y'all want to believe, the lie that they telling you. Okay? The fact of the matter is, the fact, okay, not the thought, the fact. The fact is that these people never had anything good in them to give you in the first place, but you you lie to yourself so bad, you sitting there thinking, no, they had it, they just didn't share it with me. Really? What made you so special? What made you so special and everybody before you? Answer that. I want somebody to go into the chat right now and answer that. What makes you so special along with everybody that was before you?
Right.
That the narcissists, they couldn't do right for none of y'all. But this new person, oh my God, planet super tour. And they're going to do right. They're doing right by this person. Look at that. They went on a trip. I wanted to go on that trip. They out there doing the stuff we talked about doing. And y'all be going for it. Man,
there's nothing worse than going on a trip with somebody that is trying to get at everybody else in your face and lying about it, then leaving and doing things, going in the room or going to sleep, act like they sleep, and you go somewhere and then you come back, oh, they just happen to get a burst of energy and had left. You know, it's like all of these different games that they play.
Look here.
When they on a trip.
The new person is in turmoil, in a loveless, sexless entanglement that has no appreciation. It has nothing that feels good about it. And if they went and married somebody, yeah, that person in hell right now on the honeymoon. On the honeymoon, on the same night. Ain't nothing going right in that mess, man. Why your mind up that you just want to hear and think what you want to think? Oh man, they done went somewhere and got married. Oh, they must have found the right one. You be so ready to believe anything. Oh, nah, they happy. Nah, they look like they happy. No, you crazy. That's what it really. No, you're crazy. You think a monster went somewhere, somebody who showed you was with them, and most of y'all lived with them, lived with this fool. And so you saying you was in the house living with somebody and you didn't even get to know that person? That you telling me that y'all can live together and y'all don't have no regular normal problems. Y'all got some insane problems that you ain't never heard or seen before, but the new person understands them. The new person all these
and have a marriage ministry, so they counseling other people. That's what happens in the world of dumb. It's just a bunch of people doing dumb stuff.
Counsel people.
They counsel people. Like,
good God.
The devil do it all. I'm telling you. If you just think the devil can't do no more,
man,
he can't shoot, and then he have his kids do the most.
See, and people have been misinformed to believe that they don't like sex. They do in the beginning. They do. But then the reason why they take it away from you, because now they hate you and they don't want to sleep with you. They don't want to touch you because now you have challenged who they are and what they say. And we feel the same way. Like when they make us mad and then ask for sex, we don't want to sleep with them because of the situation. And it's the same. These people are human. They are human just like us. People think they don't have emotions. Yes, they do. They just don't feel it for us. Because you can hurt these people's feelings. These people do cry, not over you, but other things. These people are human. Y'all think they're not. They're not Terminators.
They cry for other things, but they cry for things. They cry for things like the fact that they looking at you and they looking at your heart breaking and they want to know how that really feels. They're like, wow, what does that feel like? Feel like, but they happy because they looking at expression on your face that they broke you. They were able to do something dirty to you.
They don't want to know what that feel like. They know what it feel like. And that's why they won't allow themselves to get like that. So when they break your heart, they know the pain because they felt it before. That's why they are who they are. And I got something for y'all too. The $1 million question everybody asks, I just learned. Why do they abandon their children? I got the answer for y'all. Because, and it goes back to what Harriet said. They're not over there happy with somebody else. If you notice, they run to somebody who has their own children. And they do that because they're running from responsibility. They're tired of taking care of a family, tired of taking care of children. So they run over to somebody else's house who has children who they don't have to play a part in their life. They could just go up, lay up with their mama and have fun, or dad, and have fun with that person without the responsibility. And then when reality kicks in, and now that person said, hey, the kids need this bill needs to be paid. Now they want to run from that situation too, because it ain't no fun no more. Why y'all think they leave y'all why y'all pregnant? They don't want that responsibility of taking care of you. And why they leave you when you had a baby? Because now there's a baby. They don't want them duties. They run from responsibility. That's why they abandon their children, because they don't want the responsibility no more.
They'll leave you with their child. Like it be some crazy stuff that go on. Like they can literally leave you with their child, and then you guys can go to court and they be like, I don't want to have nothing. They act very childish in court. And it's like, it's just no reality there. Everything is fantasy. Then they'll go off and, it's some videos too where they go off and they be with young people. Like, this is why narcissists like young people. Like, it was a guy with a 19-year-old. Or it was a pastor that married somebody, I think she was just 18 or something. But it's like they go for this because it's a very thick fantasy, something they've seen on a flick or something, and they are fulfilling those fantasies, and it's very demonic in nature, and they are sacrificing their children to the altar of Baal, because that's what Baal requires. That's who they serve. They in that kingdom. Jezebel worshiped Baal. That was the sacrifice, was their children. So they're going to destroy their children. And that kingdom, they will collect. There is no transaction that kingdom of darkness make that they don't collect on. They do not play. They're not merciful like God. There is no mercy in their kingdom. So as soon as they make that free will decision that I'm going to manipulate, I'm going to do this little bewitching, this witchcraft, seduce, all of that. Okay, Water Kingdom gave them some powers. The little second heaven gave them some powers. They got some powers from the underworld to trick, seduce, manipulate, do all that stuff, get out of crimes, do everything they do, be scheming, all of that. That kingdom gonna comfort them children, because that's the sacrifice that Baal requires, and it sucks. It's horrible. So you never want to stay for the children. You never want to force your children to go over there, because you're sending them to the fire. That's exactly what's going to happen, because that kingdom is chaotic. You pray for them if court, because the court system is for Jezebel, that whole Jezebelic Babylon system. So if the court is kind of requiring it, you got to be a praying person over your children, because it's a group of witches and warlocks over there.
There you go.
Be praying until God can finagle that and he can step in. But your children, that's who they come for.
Joy Tracy said they ran a smear campaign. They have to do that. Everybody, I'm going to give y'all this scenario. Everybody thinks that Batman was a good person because of what he did. Batman was somebody who was traumatized. And Batman can't exist without a villain. And that's the same thing with a narcissist. They cannot exist without a villain. And so that's why they have to smear your name.
Well,
exactly.
When it comes down to your children, a lot of y'all don't even understand. Your children are the mini version of you. And if they if you were fortunate enough to get out of that craziness sane, yeah, your child ain't getting out of it. Not if the narc have their way with them. Nah, somebody got to pay. Somebody got to pay that price. They not just gonna let everybody out. No, that ain't how it works. Y'all want and be thinking, and y'all be thinking, and now they die. I this one really loves their children. No, they don't. You crazy? Love? A narc? You using the word narc and love in the same sentence. I'm sorry, something ain't right there. Something ain't right there. My man True Two said, everybody is not the same. Nobody is like you. So stop letting the narc fool you into making you think that they are like you. Woo, that's how we think in the beginning. We are not. They not like us. They not like us. Not the same, good people. No, we're not. True Two said, we are in a spiritual warfare. The battle of the soul. The soul is your mind, but the battle is in the spirit. The spirit is your heart. Save your heart, good people.
The Bible says, guard your heart.
Yeah.
Lika, thanks for the super chat, Lika. Lika said, my apologies. I'm struggling with my new phone, and after the trauma of 2023-24, my eyesight just went so fine to 40%. It happens, Lika. You know, we care about you here. We love you. Don't trip. Eyes gonna get better. But ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to understand, man. We talk about it all the time and gonna keep talking about it because that's the topic. That's what everybody, listen, you can go jump topic, different this and talk about it. Them topics don't mean nothing if you can't figure this out. If you can't figure out what's really going on. You know, if you can't make sense out of what happened to you, because you know your truth, you know what you really feel, you know what you really are going through, you know it. And to sit here day in, day out and think that you are going to live your life peacefully, guys, I'm telling you, y'all came here to get your freedom. Okay, that's why you in this circle. You came to get your freedom, because one thing that we know about ourselves is if I can just get back to my original self, I can accomplish anything in this world I want. I'll meet somebody new. I'll do this. I'll accomplish whatever I want to accomplish. But we also know that if I cannot get myself mentally back to that place, then you're going to spend the rest of your life in vain, because that's where the narc is. They're spending their life in vain. They ain't got over none of their relationships because they're always in a relationship. They ain't never took the time 1 minute. And listen, they don't have the capacity to even think that they're wrong about anything in the first place. All the dogging, all of the trifling stuff they've done, they don't take any fault in that. Listen, I take fault in my relationship because I have matured to a level to know that, man, how can you even say you were with a narcissist, knowing how it felt being with that devil, and you ain't do nothing wrong? The minimum that you have to at least acknowledge is that you knew better. And if you know better, you're supposed to do better. So for that, I'm taking all of the fault. I'm taking all of it. Because when you say it's not my fault, when I said it wasn't my fault, I didn't realize that's what's keeping me in bondage. That's what's keeping me from being free. Walking around, nah, she did this, nah, she did that. I didn't know how crazy I looked saying that. Like I was a rag doll or something. Like I was not even a human, not a man for sure. That I got somebody just running me like this. for 25 years, bro? No, you want to be free, then you got to think, man, hold up. Let me acknowledge something. Let me acknowledge that, man, hold up. I knew better. I saw you. I saw what you did. I saw what you did and I didn't hold you accountable. And that made it my fault because I saw you. I saw you. You lied. You lied. You stole. You cheated. And I did not hold you responsible. So therefore, that makes it my fault right there. Because I'm a grown adult and I know better. So no, I'm not going to sit here and just let myself off the hook. But also, I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself. I don't have to lie to myself because I done lied to myself long enough. I lied to myself for 25 years. Nah, man, you could do it. Nah, man, you'll get past it. Nah, man, y'all made it through another one. I literally I can remember times I say, okay, y'all through that. I ain't did nothing to this fool. What you mean you got something? Why am I getting through something? Why are you there getting through something? We got so many vices out here trying to get you to stick with something. Somebody that ain't no good. Somebody that's straight trifling. Listen, man, I ain't talking about good people. You ain't on this channel if you got somebody that's a good person and y'all had a bad day. No. When you get attracted to this circle, no, you was with a devil. You wasn't with somebody that has high standards and they know how to treat you and love you. No. You're trying to get back to that person that is a free spirit, loving, good person. Okay? Don't keep beating yourself up, good people. Don't do it. Thanks for that super chat, Grace. Mwah. And Bella. Mwah. Thanks for the super chat, Bella. Bella said, hello, everyone. The narc thought he was sacrificing me and my kids when he played all his demonic games. Unfortunately, his son passed away at 32 years old from a heart attack. Whoo, my God. Man, that's sad, man. That's sad. And you know, the saddest part about that is that there are so many people, man, these narcs guys, there is nothing that is sacred to them. There is nothing to them that is sacred. Y'all think that, you know, they have a child that dies. They looking for sympathy from you from day one, but let one of yours die. Let your child die.
Yeah.
Man, that dirty dog, that dirty trifling dog, they won't have no mercy. That's the new thing. That's the new way they're gonna start a fight with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why your daughter ain't here. That's why your kid died. Go and fight. You going to when they say it's time to fight, that's how they come into
that's how horrible it is. It's horrible. Like that's the only way anybody who's crossed paths with these people can describe those interactions. Horrible.
And that the only thing you're going to remember at the end is how much you gave, how much you sacrificed. That's gonna be your story. How stupid I was. That's everybody's story. And I'm saying, what do we owe this devil? You don't owe the devil nothing.
Mm-mm.
You don't owe the devil anything. We are all free to enjoy our lives. We are. You don't owe the devil anything, ladies and gentlemen. You don't.
Can I answer Grace's question? Because she asked it twice. She said her 50-year-old is with a 39-year-old, and it's been a year and they still together, but he hoovering. Why they seem so happy? They seem,
39-year-old still together. It's been a year, but he hoovers me. How could he seem so happy?
He seems so happy because that's all in your head. All he have to do is sell you an illusion and you buying it just like he wanted you to.
There you go.
And the reason why he hoover you is because he know you still there. And that's why they still together, because he know you still there. He know he got time over there because you ain't going nowhere. You got to let that situation go. Obviously, you watching a Facebook or getting some sort of information and you torturing yourself. Let that go. It's not good.
That's
And
it.
they hit you with a pain where they know, like they will go young. My ex was super young, his daughter age. It's actually perverted. When you look at them, like they actually that they're perverted, that they will mess with somebody their child's age. You know, they will go younger than that. And you have to see them for the trifling person that they are. The reason why they together, that's the all that dumb spirit. Like they sitting there smelling, that's a dumb spirit. And she just don't do it yet. She's blinded. And you know, Jesus called a deaf and dumb spirit because it means that you can't even hear truth. You know, and your heart is hardened. So it is something that does exist, and it blinds people to the truth of reality. It distorts their reality. Once you start accepting lies, you are on the road to mental illness. Your mental health will start to deteriorate because at any time Satan's in the mind, all he brings is decay. So you start to lose neurons and stuff. Like it's a chemical change that happens. So you don't make sound decisions. And then he puts in more strongholds, more reinforcements. So then now you're living the lie and you're believing something totally different than reality. Like whatever the narc is saying and doing, it doesn't match up, but you're just either blind to it, making excuses for it, or co-conspiring with it, like being an accomplice. So you gotta, those are the only default type of roles that can happen when you in the devil's territory. You gotta realize the first thing is the truth, and you gotta understand what truth is. So you gotta get with God and see what is truth. Like who am I? What is real? What is not? Because the Bible is truth. Truth, we weren't even supposed to be in that stuff. You're not supposed to be like, you know, having all these relations and all of that. That brings on a curse. You know, once these curses are broken, then you can start getting more truth and more understanding, and you can start disentangling yourself to their false reality. Him being with somebody like that, that's a false reality. He's still sick. He's still demonized. He just took more demons and now collected her demons, combined those with every demon she didn't have collected, you know, over time with her partners. That is just a whole demonic. I don't even know what to call it. I don't want to say the OR, you know, GY word if I'm spelling that right, but that's what it is. All the demons are there in that whole little cesspool thing. That's what they do. And it's horrible. Chaos, accidents happen with them because of dealing with witchcraft. Car parts will fall off, doorknobs will fall off, solenoids go out. You know, you got to remember these things. These things, you save up just enough money, and then boom, they have a crisis. Oh yeah, I gotta go to court for something. What
Oh
you didn't get?
yeah.
You know, it's like always something with
Ain't
them.
that isn't that the story of the narcissist?
Yes,
They ride everything and everybody till the wheels fall off.
yes,
Come on.
yes.
I'm a
Cars, people, everything.
You got it real quick. You know, it's them. They doing this again. It's always that. Always.
hey,
And you're not missing nothing. You just got to get your imaginations to reality. Remember
great.
what has happened.
All I'm gonna say is that first of all, and this is for everybody who is going through something like this, because so many people go through this. You see the person that you were dealing with, they done, you know, jumped over to somebody different, you know, and yet they still want their foot in the door with you. Okay. What that says, it says a few things. Number one, it says this other thing over here, it ain't solid. All right. That's the first thing that it says. It ain't solid. They not you. I can't stand on that right there. Not the way I could when I was with you. Okay. You gotta be solid. all the way through. You have this assumption. We have this assumption because somebody might look good that they solid. That's you thinking that. That's it. The only place that solid exists is in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
You think, no, that person ain't no narc. Why would they go? Why would he run off with a narc? That's what you think.
Mm-hmm.
They seem happy. He seemed like they look good together. They smiling in pictures. Joe.
With the same ring they wore with you, they'll do that.
Listen, ain't this movie getting old to y'all?
Man, I'm telling you.
We got to talk people off the ledge in this camp because they be
Yeah.
that stuff on the internet and be believing it. It's like watching TV.
That's the dark web.
Listen, y'all. Tell a vision.
Yeah.
Tell a vision. People. Okay, you just going through their little program, their little show they putting on for you. Guys, listen. The one thing I can say about happiness is someone that is happy somewhere else, they were happy with you. I know it might be hard to recognize. They were happy with you. Okay? And what I mean by that is you can talk about your relationship, how great it was. Oh no, man, we would, we had great conversations. We could talk. We were relaxed around one another. We shared common interests, common goals. Everything about the spiritual connection with us was on point. It was right. There was no arguing. See, I know y'all was following me till we got to that one right there. There was no arguing. There was no name calling. And guess what? There was no disrespect. No disrespect. See how y'all just disqualified that relationship?
And no attacking your children. Gotta add that.
No disrespect on any level, people. When somebody is a good person, that's what you get. When you've had arguments, you've had fights and crazy wretchedness, and then you think they went somewhere. That's our biggest problem right there. We think that, oh man, they must have changed who they was. They ain't doing all that stuff they was doing to me. They ain't doing all that stuff to them. Guys, I'm gonna say this. As much as the police was at my house, I know the police at my ex house. I ain't gotta call out there to find out.
They like doing it.
Who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody getting past that. Ain't nobody. Only a fool is in there knowing the type of person that she is. Only a fool is sitting there like I was. Because I was a damn fool. I was sitting there pretending that I was happy. I was sitting there pretending and playing this whole thing out. Oh no, we got this fabulous lifestyle and we living like this and we doing that. And that's all it was. That's all it was whatever we had. That's all it was. It was nothing else. Oh, you hear me? It was nothing meaningful. Okay? It was nothing loving, kind, generous, respectful. Nothing. It had nothing to do with anything on that level.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about it was torment. Everything about it was struggle, was pain. Everything. Yeah, from the outside, from people that don't know nothing about nothing, man, it looked like, man, they winning over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it looked. That's all it was. It was a look. I'm saying for me, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to God that he got me out of that wretched mess. I've never looked at any social media of her on any level. I've never, not one day. And I'm saying this to everybody that still sneak a peek here and there. When you sneak in a peek and you see what's going on, you still don't trust what they showed you. because that devil showed you they was a devil, but you don't believe it. You don't trust. You don't trust what you saw. You heard what they said, but you saw that what you heard did not match. They were not congruent. Nothing matches. What you see, what you hear, what you taste, what you touch, none of it's going to match. None of it is going to match. But somehow you think because you see a picture, they look happy, man. Because you don't hear anything. That's why you believe it. But tell me this. Tell me this, since you believe that they got this good thing going on over there, because it looked like it, right? Tell me this. You saw this dude wasn't no good. You saw it with your own eyes. Tell me why you don't believe that. Answer that question right there. Why you don't believe that he showed you who he was? Why don't you believe it? But now you believe that he done turned into something good for somebody?
You was trained not to trust yourself. You was trained to go into self-doubt. Self-doubt, that is what a lot of people, including myself, that's what keep you deluded, because you start to doubt yourself, your own reality. You can even believe the truth. You can believe God. You can do this and that. But then you will see something happening, and then you'll start doubting it. Soon as somebody come and say something different, because you were trained that way, especially if you grew up in a narcissistic home, because that was gaslighting training from the beginning. And then if the enemy didn't get you in the home, he probably got you at school with some bullies or with a teacher that was horrible. He got the witches set up in the school system. Then if he didn't get you there, he started grooming you in, after you graduated, with a couple of bad friends. But the enemy conditions people to be in a situation like this, because the narcissist covenant was supposed to be the ultimate destruction. If it didn't work, it's because the mercy of God stepped in, and that is it. A person can be deluded forever. You don't really just wake up from that. It's so many man traps that happen. You doubt yourself. You start going insane because those darts constantly come, and it's like, well, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I'm this. And then when you know you should leave because this person then slept with somebody else, had a whole different body exchange, common sense be like, that's it, that's deal breaker. You start doubting yourself. Is it really a deal breaker? Is it really that bad? And should I work on it? I'm supposed to pray, supposed to do this. God say leave. He said, don't divorce, say fornication. You ain't even supposed to be dealing with somebody that's body enmeshed with another person, because they got the marriage covenant in the spirit. They don't have it on paper. It's still done in the spirit. They got a whole spirit spouse with that one. So it's always these connections that they got with all of these people, because they're not doing the work and going through those spiritual divorces. They just still got all of those connections and feelings. That's why they're demonized.
That's it. And that's all they're going to keep doing. Everywhere they go, it's going to be the same exact story. If you went and checked with any of their exes, of them, listen, I didn't know none of my exes. I never met any of them. But guess what? I knew what we all had in common. I knew that the ones that I knew about, every last one of them was struggling with the same thing. It was everybody got cheated on.
Yeah.
Every last one of us was getting cheated on. I would be the biggest clown. Y'all see those videos now when a person talking and they start getting the clown eyes, then they start and then the face, then it eventually turn into a whole clown. That's how I would feel right now if I'm sitting here talking. Yeah, man, I went through me and everybody that I knew about before me went through the same thing, but somehow she found the right person, and now she's this different person.
I bet the new person don't know about the thong and lipstick, because I didn't. Had I seen a picture with the thong and lipstick,
Huh?
That new person probably the one introduced it. You know, when they learn new stuff, they like to bring it to us. So that's the reason.
Yeah, exactly. That's how they tell you. That's how they tell you that they got somebody new.
Yeah.
Come home trying something different.
Yeah.
Can you do this like this? You better look at them like that, because that's what they're telling you. Guys, a narcissist, man, listen, the truth is just like sunlight. It got to be exposed. And it's inside of that narc, and they got to let it out. And that's what they're telling you. Can you do this like this? Oh, no. Touch me like that. And you sit there like,
and they try to just say stuff like, well, you know, I can be nasty, I can be weird. You're like, no, that's demonized. Like, I mean, once you really see the wickedness in it, and you wake up and you really start working on yourself, you're not going to tolerate a lot of things. Like, nobody on this channel, nobody on this platform, anybody in the comments should ever have to go through this particular thing again. Because when we didn't know, we didn't know. But now when you hear so many people saying so many of the same similarities, you know that the kingdom of darkness is at work. And when somebody comes, soon as they start changing, shifting, switching, eyes go black, turn into a snake. I'm sorry, Ariel. I'm sorry. Because I'm so sorry. Because I did hear something. I was doing some studies, and it is amazing.
We're gonna be talking about it in a few minutes, y'all.
No, we can't. My feet are starting to swell up because
the way that they can have that other eyelid, please.
My feet, guys, are swelling up. I've been sitting too long.
I was watching the documentary, and that was a teaching, and the genome teaching, and people, when they do get wicked, and they had that reptilian, the aliens, they have another.
Ooh, well, all right.
It's proven. It's evidence.
See you real soon.
It is evidence that you see that, because they do blink for the sad. It's another alien.
Oh my God.
The reptilians.
Oh, man, you know, once you see that, man, you can't unsee it.
Right.
Once you see it, you cannot unsee it, man. I'm telling you.
I can't believe I heard that on there. I was like, this is evidence. Mario was right.
There you go. Well, look here, y'all. We done. Woo, we went in an extra overtime. Oh my goodness! I didn't even see the time on this camp tonight. Boy, oh boy! I guess we just got carried away.
Yeah.
Y'all, come on, ladies. Y'all got to go out of here the same way you've been in. You got to set up on the way out of here. What you gonna leave them with?
I'm leaving with the title. You cannot fix a narcissist. The only reason why you think you can, you're trying to be baby Jesus or something. You're trying to play God, and you cannot. It is not going to ever work that way. They don't want to be fixed. Not at all. They saying no to God, so they definitely gonna say no to a human. They shouldn't come to you that broken. If somebody trying to come into a relationship to build something, they need to come whole. You don't want to hear about all the backstory, lies, and everybody else's backstory they done been with, because they combine them. You want somebody that's going to come and they're going to be able to be an addition to your life. They're going to be able to bring in the presence of God, love, peace, joy, kindness, gentleness, faithfulness, self-control. All of those are the character of God. You can't have the character of the devil and feel like you're going to fix it. They had that's never going to work. That will only lead you into a delusion. It'll lead you into a mental illness, because the devil is taking the mind. If he can get you in that Delulu land, the first thing he go for is your mind, because your mind determines your will. Once you submit, like, okay, I'm going to kingdom of darkness, everything else is going to dictate your emotions, because your mind, will, emotions, all that soul energy is going to dictate what plane you on. Like you can be on that low vibrational type of plane where now you're liking to complain, you're enjoying complaining, you're calling people to talk about the narc, you know, what else they done this time. And then you're calling, then you want to hear something from a narcissist that's on one of these platforms because you want to feed that low vibrational plane. So if this narcissist telling you, yeah, you know, when we do this, we doing like this, or when we say this, this is how it is. Something inside of you is still wanting to hear that, and you got to check that thing because that is demonic. There's nothing good that a lying narcissist can produce that is going to give you edification and growth in your spirit. And it's going to keep you broken. It's going to keep you stagnated. It's going to keep you in a state of unhealed. And you would just keep reliving this emotions. The quicker that you cut off all of that demonic stuff, like when people just rehashing it and get that desire out, the sooner your healing process can start. Don't worry about who they looking at or who they with. That person, the dumb spirit, thought that they can fix the narc too. So they went over there, they taking all their money too, taking their credit. They got all this legal stuff from this stuff, from the stuff they was in with you. Now that narcissist is going to court all the time trying to figure out their situation. That is it. That's all in the world of the dumb. But you're not in the dumb no more. You're now in the world of awareness. So once you out of the Lulu land, and you really understand there was nothing else that you could have done that would have made this narcissist different. It was a setup from the start. You can start getting mad at the devil and don't accept none of his gifts or nothing else from his kingdom, and don't look back. It is nothing back there but darkness.
Don't do it.
That's all I'm gonna leave you with.
Don't do it.
So I'm going to say this. You can't fix the narcissist because they know that they're broken. And they know that in order for them to be fixed, they would have to face their victims. And they will have to face the fact that they are that ain't-ish person that their mama told them they weren't going to be when they grow up. And that's why you can't fix them, because they see that pattern. Mama said when I grow up, I wasn't going to be ish. And they have to look back at all their victims and see throughout that life that they wasn't ish. That's why you can't fix them, and that's why it's going to take God. But Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life, that nobody comes to the Father except by him. And they're going to have their day where they're going to stand before God, and the evidence is against them is going to be their life. And they're going to have to defend that to God, and they can't, because he have all the evidence that he need to convict them of their crimes and condemn them to hell where they belong.
That's it. They're going to be able to manipulate him. They think they can. But that's what the devil thinks too.
Boy. Man, y'all got extra innings tonight. Well, I'm gonna end this thing tonight like this, y'all. One thing that I see that we all have in common is that we lie to the person in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
We will sit back, listen to, watch, believe the lyingest, triflingest person we ever met. And they showing us that they can't do two things. They can't put two senses together that match. I can't see and hear the exact same thing coming from that person. But yet, somehow, I believe what they say and not my own senses. Good God. In the world of self-betrayal, if self-betrayal was a person, you better go look in the mirror. if self-betrayal was a person, you ready to believe any lie that a liar is telling you? Oh, they must be happy somewhere. And you wasn't happy. You looking back at a life, man. What's her name? No, Lot's wife. Lot's wife was the one they said, don't look like. They said, don't look back. You're going to be salty. That's every last one of y'all that keep looking at that page. You Lot's wife. You keep looking. You keep looking back. Because you wondering, did I mess up? Did I forget something? I don't trust where I'm going. I don't trust what I see in front of me. But I know what's behind me was a lie. Good God. I know what is behind me is a lie, but I still got to keep watching it. I still got to keep looking at it. I still got to keep looking over my shoulder just to make sure. Just to make sure. Because I'm second guessing myself. I'm second guessing my own reality. I'm second guessing what matches as far as what I see, what I hear, what I taste, what I smell, what I touch. It all lines up right in front of me, but I don't trust what I see that lines up. And instead, I've already been told, you're going to be salty. You're going to be salty if you keep looking back. And that's all we doing. We keep looking back. We keep looking back like something back there is going to change. Like they can undo all the trifling mess they took us through. Like they can actually undo it. And they cannot. They will not. It's not going to happen, good people. You're going to recognize it. You're going to see it. You're going to see it. It's time to stop beating yourself up. It's time to stop second guessing what you know. Second guess what they're saying. Stop second guessing what you see and know. You know that they were no good for you. You know it. You saw it, you heard it, you smelled it, you tasted, you felt it. Mm. It makes sense. And you just gonna let them go over there and show you something, and you just trust everything you see. You just trust it. You trust that, but you don't trust what they showed you. You don't trust what they showed you. You trust what they're showing you with this person, but you don't trust what they showed you when they was with you. Come on, man. You got to pick what you going to trust. Either you're going to trust what you see or you're not. Mm-hmm. You got to take a side. You got to make a pick. And it can't be that same old song neither. Ooh. But niggas, Creole dust up in him. Said we helped them through their struggles. They watched us go through ours. No, no, no. We are not the same. Get butt naked. I like that one, butt naked. Thanks again, Lika. Thanks for super chat. Lika said, "Hurry up, my situation went from horrific to worse. Wow, the smear campaign that NARC did 1 year ago, I still haven't my little girl, or still haven't got my little girl back. Wow, there's not much left for me. Better pray for me so that I can come back to tell this story." Hey, Lika, everything gonna work itself out. Don't let that stuff take you through unnecessary madness. You know, everybody gonna have a trip, a downfall. You know, yeah, and you're gonna get right back up. Just trust the process. True two. Thanks again, champ. True two always come through swinging haymakers. True two said nobody gets better without help. Good people, y'all hear that?
Mhm.
Nobody gets better without help. Wow. And working on themselves. The narc will never, y'all hear that part? The narc will never get better. Filled with all that hate that they hold in. Guys, one thing we know for sure, because we doing our homework
Yeah.
gently here. We doing our homework. Narcs don't get better. They never have. They never have shown us that they get better. They've never gone on to the next generation, the next relationship, and treated anybody better. Everybody after you gonna get it worse. Not only are they gonna get it, they gonna get it worse. Okay? Trust that part. You got it worse than everybody before you. The person after you, man, they're not gonna let you see it. They're not gonna tell you. Why would they tell you? They getting off. They only in that silly relationship because they think it's somebody's jealous of them. The new person don't really have any legitimate reason to be in with the narc. They don't. I mean, it just is. It is what it is. They don't have a legitimate reason to even be there. Okay. Trying to set my feet.
Praying for China.
So I had to go.
They feel better.
Enough. China, you sitting down. How your feet hurt you sitting down? What are you talking about? Stop it. Well, look, y'all, we're going to get up out of here because we done held y'all for 3 hours tonight. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
It was.
Just know anytime you hit rock bottom, God will restore all. He is a restorer. So it may be rough now, and it will be coming out of a narcissistic situation because it was demonic. It was just pure hell, like literally. And so you will lose it all. It's worth it because God will rebuild. He can't rebuild from something dark. He got to disconnect all of that. And when he do it, he start fresh, but it's lasting. The foundation got to be right.
Come on.
To just keep holding on, it hurt and it's hard, but it's that process. He got to cut out all that debris, that deadness, that decay. And once he get done and you start to get refined, you'll have joy, pure joy. You won't have to connect out of pain.
There you go. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, I want y'all to have a wonderful weekend. I want y'all to go to the next week doing better than last week. I see how people just getting better, doing better. And we're going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're going to leave y'all in here. Well, we're going to leave y'all out of here the same way. With number love, peace, and soul. See y'all next week, everybody. Good night. And thank you so much, Keish. Thank you so much, China. See y'all on the next one.